Hello. Let us know if you can hear us. We'll wait. That's terrible.
It always looks worse on YouTube.
Is there anyone out there? Oh, no, not yet. What is going on? Ah!
There you are.
Hi, guys.
Hey, everyone.
We're going to wait a few more minutes. Who are we speaking to at MB? Bobby? Oh, that's very disconcerting having that going. There's only one watching, so we're going to wait a few minutes. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Hey, Bobby.
Hey. So we're testing this out because we're supposed to go live with Lala on Wednesday, American time, I think 7 p.m., wherever he is. So, yeah. Hi, Michael. Thanks for joining us. I don't even know what time it is there. Is it like 7 or 7:30 or I don't know what time it is. Hi, Joe.
Should be around about 8:30, 9:30, sort of, I would think.
Oh,
Eastern,
yeah.
Central.
Yep. We could never figure the times out. And I
There
think
we are.
it's, yeah.
9:30 Eastern.
And at the moment it is here in the land of Oz, it's nearly 92 degrees.
Just a nice day. Welcome, Joe.
Now, Joe, where exactly are you from? Because I don't have my list and my memory is not great. Hi, Susan. Hi. Hi, Kira. You can talk.
Yeah.
Darren.
Darren is in the house.
Hi.
We can all relax now. Darren's turned up. That's great.
Louisiana, USA. Nice of you to join us, Susan. Hope the weather's treating you nice. I don't know what it's like. So Joe says it's 32 and 40 miles. Oh, that's great. We're going to actually take you for a tour outside, so you'll be able to see the sunshine and not a tree is moving at all.
Nope.
No wind.
It's all very still.
It can get really, really windy here. So yeah, so 79. That's a huge difference.
Yeah.
So Kira, where are you from as well? Waiting for a rooster to sound off again.
It's like roll call in the army, Darren, just waiting for him to sound off.
It's normal. So we're not going to do a full-on big tour today because we are going to do one with Lala, but we are going to show you the outside of the house and just one or two bits of the piece inside. And Harrison is sitting here as well. So we're actually sitting in the new house that is not ready, but it is ready for us to paint it. So we've got a big job ahead of us coming up soon. Painting inside and out. So Stephen's going to jump on his mobile phone and take us for a tour on the outside of the house as well. So just a little quick one. Hi, Pete.
Hi, Lila. Welcome in. Joe's from Idaho. From my visit of America, that was my favourite state that I went to. I had spent some time in Boise and absolutely loved it there. It was beautiful.
And hello, New York. And who else have we got? Have we got Bibi here? Outside Toronto, Canada. Growing in 6B. +1 degree. Jesus.
Well, at least it's positive.
Yeah, it's 33 degrees here in Celsius. So yeah.
Hey, Jess.
Oh, thank you. Sorry, it was a bit of an impromptu one because we're out here at the farm and we're only on wireless mobile connection. So we want to make sure it was going okay, and we just wanted to see if you guys could hear us and see us and everything was good.
Just wanted to do a test with the phone and make sure it all works so we're ready for Lala.
So we've got our laptop going and our hotspot to our phone, and Harrison is even gaming while hotspotted to my phone as well. So he's quite happy.
If you hear any furious mouse clicks coming in the background, it's Harrison playing Minecraft.
Who else? Drops family. Hi. Who else have we got here? So we've got 10 people watching. So does anyone have any questions? I don't know if you've been watching our latest videos, but we've had a bit of a shocker. 33, that would be about 92 degrees. Sorry, just answering questions. So yeah, so we've had a few issues with our shed wars endeavours. The only thing we've been able to really produce at the moment is beef, and we'll show you the cows in a few minutes. And what else? And chilies.
Chilies are growing well. Tomatoes have died a horrible death.
Hey, Tonya from Oklahoma. Yeah, we lost everything. In Australia, there was a recent contamination with soil in our area, and unfortunately, we brought in some soil at our rental that was full of herbicides, and we planted, and we have some very mutant.
Hang on, Catfish Terry. Yeehaw!
You wanted to do that, so yeah.
Welcome in, buddy. Great to have you here.
Yeah, so we brought in soil because we had none, so that was an absolute major disaster, and now we've got mutant tomatoes that we're pulling out because it's a waste of time. Everything else in pots that we actually bought potting mix for is perfectly fine, but which is why we can't wait to get out to the farm. But when we take you for a tour outside, you'll see the challenges that we're actually up against out here as well. For those that don't know, Australia's in a drought. Well, we are. We've had a really mild summer though. We get into the 45s, which is 115 degrees. We didn't have too many of them. It's
been a really low-key summer, but it's been really, even though it hasn't been hot, it's been dry. We've only had 2 days of rain. The interesting thing with the soil too is we've got a few tomato plants because someone planted a lot of seeds and
pumpkins.
Pumpkins, yeah. And one of the pumpkin plants is planted in that contaminated soil, and the rest are out the back in fresh soil. And the difference between the two is incredible. So there's obviously contaminants in there and residual herbicide that's really
you have a look at one, and the leaves are curled up and about this big, and then the rest of them the same seed planted at the same time in totally different soil. The leaves are massive and beautiful. So
hey, Rick from Lala, we're just doing a test to make sure everything's ready for Thursday. Great to have you here, buddy.
I missed him.
Yeah, just up the top there.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. And Boone, hi guys. Oh yes, there we go. Yeah, so we're doing a bit of a test run here, Rick, because we don't want to embarrass ourselves on your live. So this is the first time we've actually been out at the farm. So
yes, Darren, it was about 106 pumpkin plants.
Yes.
For those that were counting, yeah.
Yes, and we ended up with about 15 because we had to give the rest away because we ran out of space. And it's like I don't know if anyone's read that book, The Day of the Triffids, where the plants take over the planet. That's one of our yards at the moment. So yeah.
I'm just hoping cauliflowers will actually grow in the same proportions when we get out here, so I can grow lots of cauliflowers.
Yeah, for his pickling and everything like that. So yeah, as we said, we're not going to do too much today. We might just say hello to the cows and run around outside a little bit because we want to preview everything on Lala Farms on Wednesday night at 7 p.m. whatever time that is. Sorry, Rick, I don't know what zone you're in. So yeah, all I know is we're it's the next day for us. So in the middle of the day, which will be really, really good. It'll be nice and bright outside. So yeah.
Reason to take the day off work. It's great.
Yeah, I'm taking a little bit of time off work. Yeah, it's hard to get time off at the moment. For those of you that don't know, I actually assist financially with drought-affected farmers, and there's a lot of work, so I don't get much time off. So yeah, Rick, we're actually really looking forward to your live. So yeah, we watched Jess last week. I can't remember because my brain's not functioning at the moment. I can't remember who the other one was before, but we enjoyed jumping on and seeing.
7 p.m.
Eastern Standard Time. Okay. And for us, I think it's about 1.
That'll be about 11 in the morning, I think.
Is it?
Yeah, roughly.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm going to Google it while Stephen talks.
Yeah, so great to have so many people coming in and saying hello. It's awesome to see everyone. A lot of people that we see around various lives that we drop into. I did test before on my phone, so I'm going to come into the studio in a minute and do a little bit of a walk around. 11 a.m. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
It's going to be mostly outside. We're not going to show you the inside yet. That's all revealed on Wednesday, so we're going to keep you in suspense. But Stephen's just going to show you a bit of the outside, and we've also got a bit of a trouble when he's close to my computer. When he's on his phone, we get a lot of feedback. So we're going to mute him for a little bit. We're not going to reveal above yet. We're going to do that. We're just going to run around the outside really quickly so you can see how beautiful and dry and disgusting it is out here at the moment.
I came in before and it sounded like a Jimi Hendrix concert. The feedback was incredible.
Thanks, Terry. So has anyone got any questions about us or what we're doing or what we're planning on doing? Because as you know, we're setting up our homestead from scratch. So there's pretty much nothing here.
Not much.
No.
There was one pretty ordinary shed, which has got a limited life expectancy, and that was about it.
We had some cattle yards that were made out of Aussie red gum that had been here nearly 100 years. And you touched it and it just basically fell over because the termites had a real good feed. So, yeah.
There's a classic Darren question.
Why is Bomber such a nerd? He was born that way.
Always have been, always will.
Yeah, Boone, we're looking forward to it a great deal. We've got a lot of infrastructure to set up. We don't have water here at the moment. Stephen will show you a little heads up of what we're doing, but
show you how dry it is out there.
Yeah, so we're carting water every day for our cows. You ask for questions. The bigger question is why I'm with him, because being such a big nerd. So how far are we from town? The town that we're near is Bendigo, which has around 120,000 people here, and we're 15 kilometres, and as you can see, I am in miles. We're 15 k's, which is about 9 miles from the nearest town.
We're 8 k's from Strathfield, which is a suburb of Bendigo, which has enough facilities for most of our needs, and then if we need to go further into town, we'll do so.
So we're not far. Where we are used to be one whole big farm. It was around 100 acres, and they separated it into 4. So we've got 20 acres here. So, yeah. You couldn't really get away with that one.
Pete's Little Homestead, yes, there's always room for our friends when they come over to visit. No worries.
Yeah.
And that's part of our future plans as well, to have a section of the house ready for set up for a B&B, and have it open for people to come for a farm stay and yeah.
Yeah, look, if anyone wants to come over when we're allowed to travel, obviously, can't do it at the moment. But yeah, if you're wanting to travel and you're wanting to come to Australia, we're closer to Melbourne than we are to Sydney, so we're in Victoria. But our door's always open to anybody. So if you want to come and stay, and I was going to say pitch a swag, but no one know what a swag is.
Darren just said, yeah, you can pitch a swag and fire up the fire and get a billy on the go.
So a swag is basically a sleeping bag,
like self-contained sleeping bag with a hood over it.
Yeah. We won't do that to you. We do have spare bedrooms, so.
And a billy is a traditional metal bucket that was hung over a fire to boil water.
It's like a kettle. Yeah, we can put on a stove. So how is Australia doing with the pandemic? We don't have, I think, any cases, no community transmission. We had a brief lockdown again. The thing with Australia is we locked down pretty hard. We even closed the borders to each other. So between the states like Victoria, New South Wales, Queensland, we shut the borders for a little bit. But we went into a hard lockdown for a couple of weeks, and then we've had another one, and we just recently got out of a 5-day one. Haven't had any deaths for 6 months or something.
I think the national toll is still under 1,000. So
yeah.
As a nation, I think we've done very well. It hasn't been easy, and there's been difficulties for businesses and whatever, but we can rebuild from that.
Yeah, and we've just started the vaccine rollout this week, so I think we're pretty good considering we're a big island. The only issue we had was letting in a whole heap of tennis players, and that didn't go so well. So yeah. Heard your troubles aren't doing that. We aren't doing that in Idaho, people, don't worry. Yeah, look, we don't wear masks. We're allowed to travel. We haven't had community transmission for months. In Bendigo here, where we are, we haven't had a case of COVID for 9 months, I think it is.
Yeah.
So we're pretty good.
So, I mean, our current restrictions are you have to wear a mask in shopping centres and supermarkets, but nowhere else. And, businesses are now back up to 75% of staff. So you do the right thing and do it hard for a little bit, and then you get it back under control, and then, life goes back to some semblance of normality until we can get back to fully normal. So, yeah.
So the question is, who wants to see outside? You have to raise your hand. Put your hand up if you want Stephen to go outside and broadcast, because we're going to try this one. So.
Yes, Joe. We Julianne and I, we keep up to date with American news, and our heart goes out to the American people. It's heading in the right direction now, and you guys will turn it around. But our hearts ache for you guys too. So hopefully it'll be okay very soon. That's why I keep saying, stay safe, look after yourself, do what you got to do.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, sure, why not?
All right.
Okay, let's see. I'm going to move over. Hang on, you're not in the. I'm going to just. Now we're sideways. Hang on, I'm going to. Oh, you're spinning the camera around. Sorry, hang on. So, I'm going to mute you. Is that it?
That's it.
Let us know if you can see. Oh, hang on. Can you guys see him? Say yes. So this is where we're broadcasting from. So this is the big brick wall. So as you can see, it's really, really tall. So I'm just going to stand up quickly so you can see on Stephen's. So here I am, and there it is there. Awesome, they can see you. So he's on mute. So he's going to give a quick look. So this is about as much as you're going to get to see, because all else will be revealed on Wednesday night for Americans. So, and just quickly, there's Harrison. Oh, there he is, gaming. He's so shy. Wave.
Give us a wave.
Give us a wave. No, he doesn't. No, that's it. So Stephen's going to go outside, and I'm going to unmute him, I hope. And I hope you've got your sound on.
Hey. Hang on, I'm going to flip.
All right. So that's Stephen. That's Dirt. That's great, Stephen.
Okay.
No, that way. That's perfect. So this is the outside of the house. So what you're seeing at the moment is the weatherboards. So they're a fire retardant weatherboard because we are in a fire area. So you'll be able to see with some of the landscape around us. Brick wall, obviously. I'm stating the obvious, I know that. But as you can see, it's lovely and dry. So I think there's something on your screen, Stephen. So yep, so this is the ground at the moment. There is nothing there. So it's pretty dry. Oh, there's a green patch. So this is the front of the house. We are painting this, so it is going to be a black colour. A recent addition is our I don't know what Americans call it, portico, veranda. I don't know. So no snakes, boom. So, I am really short though, Darren. I'm only 5'6", so everything looks big to me. Yes, we do have a fully fledged studio there, Lala, but not as good as yours. So, yeah, Rick, sorry. So this is the garage. So what we did with the house was we basically made it look like two different buildings. We wanted to make it look like one section had been built originally and then another section had been built on. So you can see that there's a little walkway there in between the two buildings. So yeah, that's basically, and the reason that piece of board's up there is because the window's right here. It's letting in a lot of light. So as you can see, it's pretty dry. We haven't had, I think we had 2 inches of rain in about 6 hours about a month ago. And that's the most rain we've had, or we've had, oh geez, when was the last time before that, Stephen? November?
Yeah, yep.
Feel free to talk, Stephen.
It's been a long time since we've had a good dose of rain. That this here is a very expensive trench that brought our power on the block. And, just had to be done.
Yeah, he said power. You cut out when you said that, so sorry. So we have to. We're putting a gate at the front, but we have to actually have a tank that has a valve which is here. We've got a 110,000 litre tank, and it has to have a valve on it so the fire trucks and everything can pull up and take water from our tank to fight fires in our area. So that's a standard requirement of tanks here, that they must be accessible to the fire brigade. So yeah. So what's our normal average rainfall? Stephen can talk while I'm going to find that out for you. So,
we're down in the southern part of Australia.
oh, we can't hear you, Stephen. Stephen, can't hear you. Stephen?
Sorry.
He's, yeah, don't put your finger over your mic, so. The average rainfall is in inches. Let's see. So our average rainfall is, oh, good Lord, 18 inches of rain. That sounds terrible. 18 inches, Rick, is our is our average rainfall. So as you can see here, it's really, really dry. Sorry about that. I'm just going to mute him for a second. Yeah. So I'll just do some commentary because we can't hear him anymore because he's too loud. We've sectioned off the back half of our property. So this is where our cows are. So now you can see why we're having to hand feed. So Kira, we don't have access to the city. We have water coming off the roof of our house into a tank. If we run out of that, we have to cart water in. We are looking at getting a well put in, but I'd have to sell my other kidney for that one to do it. So, because they're very, very expensive. And there's not always a guarantee that you'll hit water. So Stephen's standing at the back fence that we've partitioned off for our cows. So there's a fence just there. So our cows are there and our house is over here. And I have no idea. I think that's the cows down the back. So, yeah. So, and that's our neighbour's building. They're our closest ones. So, yep. I'm going to unmute him and see if he can say anything. Oh, he's dropped off. So, I'll wait for him to come back in. Okay, drops. So, yeah, it is. It's not a lot of rain, Rick. It really isn't. We've had apparently last year we had above average rainfall, but I don't know what we're going to get this year because it's been really weird. It hasn't been hot. It's been really, really mild, and Darren, who is just a little bit down from us, about an hour and a half down south, we just haven't got the really, really hot weather. Like we're yes, Darren, he's better on mute. We're normally getting temperatures up to about 115 or 45 degrees Celsius, and we just haven't had many of those days whatsoever. So what? Sorry, Stephen's a snake catcher, and he's just had a snake gall. So yeah, so he's just that's why he had to hang up. So Stephen relocates snakes. I do not. So he's out there ringing the person to find out where their snake is. So yeah, I'm just reading the comments. He's always better muted. Yeah, look, we really need rain. We're going, stupid thing is, we're actually putting in a dam, and when we go live with Lala, we'll actually show you where we're doing that. But there's only one thing you need to make it a dam and not just a hole in the ground, and that's water. And we're not sure when we're going to get water. Yeah, so out here we do have electricity from the grid. We don't have water and we don't have gas, but we're also going solar hot water, and eventually we will have enough solar panels to try and go off grid as much as possible. Joe, we're actually looking at lining our pond. The soil we've got here is really, really clay soil and is really good below the topsoil for dams. Dams generally hold their water here, so which is really, really good. Yeah, a dam in Bendigo is a hole. Yeah, there's a lot of dry dams. So what else have we got here? Hi, Beehive. Sorry if I missed you coming in earlier. So yeah, has anyone else got any questions for us? I know there's 11 people in here, so it's good to see you, Beehive. Missed you around. I don't get to get on many lives at the moment because I'm just really busy at work. And yeah, that's keeping me out of trouble, and we're trying to film as much as we can. And as you know, we now have to paint this house, and it's a lot of open spaces, so there's not a lot of walls in here. So, but yeah, as you saw, the ceilings, they're going to be fun. They're about, I'd say, probably 6 meters tall at the highest point. So yeah. How did we meet Homestead Oz? So when Stephen and I decided to join YouTube, the only reason we were doing it was because we wanted to film our progress on this farm. Stephen and I this is our 19th house, so we've moved a lot. We've always put in gardens at the very, very end. We've never ever got to see our gardens fully mature. So we have Harrison over here somewhere. He's 11, and we just wanted to put down some videos to show our journey from scratch, setting it up. And when we first started, we thought, we were watching homesteaders and everything in America because there seems to be a lot more there, and we didn't think that there was too many in Australia. Well, we were wrong. There was quite a few, and it's fantastic. We've met quite a few people just through in particular Darren, who invited us to Shed Wars. Sorry, we've been such a disappointment to you, Darren, but yeah, so we've met quite a few people just because, you jump on lives and you go, oh, I'm from Australia, and people say, oh, I'm from Australia, and then you get invited to Shed Wars, and then you're watching other people, and, we've got all the guys down on Boddington Farm, and we've got Residence Homestead, Silhouette Park, there's of course, Darren. Who could forget Darren? Who am I forgetting here? There's Daisy Gray's, Little Garden Big Dreams. There's so many Australians that we just didn't know were out there. And a lot of our friends think we're crazy doing this and trying to set this up, because what we want to do is become as self-sufficient as possible. We know that that's not going to be 100% possible because there's certain things that we don't have, like cows that we can milk. Our cows don't like being milked. They're beef cows. So we want to build this up. We want to do a lot more tutorials on DIY, because the last houses we did everything ourselves. This is the first house that we haven't actually done everything, and I mean plastering, tiling, and everything. We used to do it ourselves, and a couple of years ago I had back surgery, so I'm still recovering from that. So Stephen basically said that we needed to get someone in to do some of the work. But in saying that, we have a second section of the house that isn't started yet, that we will be doing pretty much the whole thing ourselves, and we'll be documenting everything that we do there. Obviously, some of the information won't be relevant to American standards, but we'll try and show you as much as we can. And Stephen's back.
I'm
back. So we'll be documenting. Sorry, I'm getting near the screen. Sorry, we'll be documenting our progress on that. So we'll be doing all the work on our second section, pretty much, except for electrical and plumbing, because that's quite illegal here in Australia.
Slab.
Oh, and a slab, the concrete slab. We're not pouring a concrete slab. We're not doing that. But we'll be doing the framing, the plastering, the tiling, the roofing. And Stephen's just like going, ugh. So, but during all that, we'll be doing some tutorials on setting up our gardens. We would like to start selling some of our produce. I used to own a cafe and used to do cake decorating and baking, and I've been baking since I was about 6 years old. So we're setting up our kitchen with a mini studio so we can do some tutorials on that. And Stephen's a great cook. There's a compliment. Oh. So he's just found a love of preserving and everything like that. So he'll be doing a lot of videos on that.
Yep. Last one we put up was a nice little video on showing you how to make tomato relish, which was very, very nice. Hey Beehive, great to see you, brother.
Yes.
Hope you're on the fully mended now. Yes, thanks, Rick. I'm definitely first and foremost a headbanger, and I've always loved my metal music. I have diversified and like a lot of different genres as well, but my first love is definitely Iron Maiden and Black Sabbath and Judas Priest and all the classics.
Moving on. Yeah, Joe, look, people I think we're crazy, and I think it's good to be a little crazy. So who wants to be normal?
Yeah.
Seriously. So my mum in particular thinks that, like, she cringes every time I tell her I've bought a new house, because she knows that I don't buy anything that's not livable. I bought some real dumps in. They were nearly condemned. So you got to be a little bit crazy. But yeah, we are crazy trying to set this up from scratch. So particularly now, when we bought the property 3 years ago, nearly 4, we were in drought, but it wasn't this bad.
No.
So normal's for the birds. Yes, it is.
Yeah, I hope people just got a bit of a view of just how dry it is out here at the moment. Like, it will turn around once we start. If we get some good autumn and winter rain, it does green up nicely here, but we just need that rain, and there's no sign of it at the moment.
Stephen did a video recently where he shifted some soil. That was actually the topsoil from where we put our house. So we had them remove the topsoil and put that into a pile. And the rest of it was about 180 centimetres. I don't know what that's in inches. 15.
30's 12.
15? About 15 inches of topsoil on here, which is pretty good. And then the rest of it was clay, and that's been put into another section, and we're going to try and work with the clay soil and get some organic material into it and some gypsum and break it all up and everything, because we are so paranoid now about dirt. So it would have been an absolute disaster if we had bought that dirt out here, because we're organic, and that would have contaminated our soils. So that would have been, Joe, that sounds awesome. Just traveling around. Yeah. Well, I'm thinking maybe we could do a swap. If anyone wants to come to Australia, we'll give you our house and you can just give us yours for a couple of weeks. We'll do a farm swap. So, when we're ready to come over to America, Stephen's got a tour all mapped out. So, he's a Civil War history buff, and we're going some exciting places.
There's 1 or 12 places I want to go to for sure.
Yeah, drops wood chips, and cardboard. Yeah, definitely. Lasagna beds all the way. We are deep bedding our chickens as well. We've got some Plymouth Rock chickens, and we had a massive storm come through here a couple of years ago, and we have massive big gum trees. and we had a couple just sheared off at the top. They didn't bend, they didn't do anything, they just snapped in half. So we've got a lot of firewood and a lot of stuff to chip. So so we'll be getting our own stuff in from our own farm. And we're getting pigs as soon as we move. As soon as we move.
As soon as we get set up.
As soon as we move. I want pigs.
Yeah, pigs are great. They taste awesome.
American Civil War. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes, Rick. Another aspect of my nerdism is I do tabletop wargaming, and the American Civil War is one that I have a passion for, a lot of interest in it. So I have a lot of Union and Confederate troops painted up, and I do a lot of reading and research on it.
I'm just trying to try. Why can't we leave, Darren? Oh, you're leaving.
When he's allowed to.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll just come visit you, Darren. No. Not the Australian Civil War. We've the only Civil War we have is who produces the best beer, I think. Is that about right?
Yeah.
The best beer and lamb chop, apparently. So, yeah.
Who makes the best pie?
Who makes the best pie? Meat pie, not pie like Americans, which is fruit pie. I don't think they get our meat pies.
No, there was a company called Pie Face that tried to break into America, and I don't think it went too well. But, nothing better than a good meat pie with tomato sauce on top.
Rick says that's interesting. What, Stephen's interesting? Okay, cool. Yep, glad someone wanted to. No, I must. We've been together
a long time.
18 years. 18, 17. Oh, it's been so long I can't remember. I'm just trying to think. 18 years this year we've been together. Oh, I'm tired. I love military history museums. You and Rick.
I think I might have found another soulmate.
I think you were brothers in a past life or something like that. So, look, Rick, he has got so many military books and so many, he does little war gaming with his little Civil War little men bits and things, and he has to paint them all up into the Confederate and whatever. And
So, I have ancient Chinese, American Civil War, World War II, Americans and Germans, bits and pieces of various medieval, fantasy, science fiction. It's a sad collection. Hang on. Oh, no, it's another phone.
This is my life.
Yeah.
So Stephen is I'm sorry. Stephen is on call for snake call outs. So he gets quite a few every week. Unfortunately it's his week to be on. So I think I'm forming a romance. Look, Rick, you remind me of him. You two, I think if you two got in a room, there would be no silence. I think you were two kindred spirits. And look, I like heavy metal, sort of. I think Stephen has to go. Steve paint miniatures. I make the toys. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Hi, Van Life. I saw Gina was on a live before, so I didn't get to drop in. So does anyone else have any questions about the farm at all? Yeah, Rick, I actually watch your Wednesdays and I see your military hats and everything like that. And I'm trying to maybe get one from Australia to send over to you, but my cousin is actually in the Navy. So I'm just trying to get hold of something for you to send over. But yeah, they don't like giving it up for free. So add an Australian one to it. So do you have a rainwater collection system for the roof? Yes, we do. So we have gutters guttering all the way around the house on every roof. That then goes into the we call them downpipes. You might call them down spouts, and then they go into the tank that. You back?
Yeah, I'm back.
Yep.
Work issue.
Yeah, so they go into the tank. We have a rather large tank. You can keep going. I'm going to work out how many gallons it is.
What's this for? The
tank
on the side, yeah.
Gallons. So our tank is 29,000 gallons.
Yeah.
So, but we'll be getting a few more of those as well. So as much water as we can actually harvest. So, cattle breed, what do we have? We have Murray Greys. They are fantastic cattle. They're very quiet. They don't push on fences. Stephen has one in particular, and we'll try and show that on Lala's live. She's in love with Stephen. There's one thing she loves more, and that's bread rolls. But we have Murray Greys. We have 3 mature cows. We have 2 little heifers. We have 2 steers that are a couple of months old, and we have 1 bull. Our bull is sweet unless the girls are in season, and then you don't want to go near him. So, yeah.
Or if he decides that your car looks like a really good scratching post, and
he kind of he did a number on Stephen's car. We were bringing the water, and he's ripped part of Stephen's car off. So yeah.
Yep. So he gets a whack with a poly pipe now if he goes anywhere near the cars. But he's pretty well tempered for a bull. Yeah.
So what type of solar system and size do you currently have? We don't have one yet. We only have solar hot water. The section of the house where our solar panels is going on isn't built yet. So we're relying on grid power at the moment. And I also have an oven. I'm not going to say too much about it. That is going in that requires a massive amount of 3-phase power. We're relying on, but we would like to go off grid. So
we'd certainly like to get enough solar in there to be more self-sufficient and to take our strain off the network. But, we certainly get plenty of days that are good for generating electricity through solar, and if the whole country went more solar, it'd certainly be better for everybody.
But we have got the solar hot water, which we do. I see someone just asked if we get negatives. Look, I think the biggest, I'm just having a look here, does it ever get below Joe? We get to like -6 Celsius, which is about 21.
We don't get the extreme negatives. We certainly get below freezing on some nights and some mornings, but we don't get snow. We'll get very nasty frost. We'll get icing. We suffer from black ice on the roads, but we don't get the sustained low temperatures and the combination of water in the atmosphere to then generate snow. It just doesn't happen in this part of Australia.
I think I tried to work it out the other day. I think we're close to 9B, I think, in our growing zone. I think that's what I calculate out. Your zones are interesting because they calculate it on the lowest temperature it gets to and not the highest. So, I mean, the highest we'll get to is pretty much, your 115 degrees or 45 degrees Celsius. But, 21 is our lowest. I don't think we've been much under -6 here.
No, I wouldn't think so.
Yeah.
Not very often anyway. Rick looks like he's got dozens of military hats and other militaria such as flags. So, yeah. Definitely going to have to visit Lala Farm one day.
Oh, yes, most definitely. So, yes, drops, we are. We're trying to figure out where this next section of the house will be, because for us, we have to face, which is opposite for America. We face north. North is that way. So we've just got to make sure that where we're putting the other section of the house doesn't interfere or overshadow our panels, but they will definitely be going on the ground. So probably out that way, where they won't be overshadowed by anything pretty much.
No.
The only issue is we've got some plans over there as well for a market garden and all that sort of thing, and sheds. So we're just going to make sure that where we're putting it is not a waste of time. So, yeah. Darren's guessed the oven. Yes.
It's a self-cleaning oven, Darren, so that's...
It's a big industrial oven.
Yeah.
It's from my old bakery, and it was the only thing pretty much I kept, except for all our shelving and everything like that, which we hope, Rick, to have that in place so we can actually show you what our pantry will look like. We've actually built 2 kitchens, and there's 2 reasons for that. Well, there's a few reasons for that. One, we want one to be a pantry and look a little bit commercial, and the other one is a domestic kitchen. And 2, it's because Stephen never cleans up after himself. So if he's out the back, I can't see it. So that's pretty much it. So
the industrial dishwasher will certainly make it a bit easier too from the cafe.
Yeah, we kept the dishwasher. It washes a load of dishes in 90 seconds. So hopefully they can come in and out quicker, or even just make it in. Hands up, ladies or gentlemen whose other half does not feel like puts the dishes on the sink above the dishwasher. Like, you walk to the dishwasher and put it on the sink. And I'm also the little mini me over here. This is phoning. It's insane. The little mini me over here does the same thing. So I'm just reading some of the comments. Have you thought about generator? We do have a generator here. So it won't run our big industrial oven, obviously, but it will be enough to keep the house running if Stephen does have to go. It will keep the house running bare minimum, our freezers and fridges and everything like that as well. So, Darren, no one washes your dishes. I know them well. Use one at the church. Yeah, they're fantastic. So I'm just waiting for Stephen to come back.
Yeah, I have to go do a little bit of a look around at a property.
When?
As soon as I can.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's got a red belly black snake that's come out of the pond and underneath a bit of a deck area there, and they're going on holidays, and he's worried about the families next door with kids. And yeah, so I've explained that a red belly black is very timid and very non-aggressive, but they just want me to come and check and see if it's still there. So.
Yeah, Joe, I said a bit earlier that we're putting in a bore, a well. Our water around here suffers a little bit from salinity, and it's a bit brackish, so we will have to put a treatment plant on it, which is the reason we're not doing one straight away, because obviously all our money is going into the house at the moment, and there isn't too much of that going around. Apparently money doesn't grow on trees. Our money is plastic, not paper. And yeah, so we're just... Our focus at the moment is getting out to the house and then getting the rest of everything done. And part of the reason we've got a shed or a shed, that we've got sitting in pieces, because we want to get out here and feel the land and know where things are and where water flows and everything, because we don't want to interrupt with the permaculture principles. We don't want to interrupt the flow of the water and everything. So we're just trying to get our bearings and everything. So yeah. So hopefully.
Do you want to keep going here and I'll just duck it and check the property?
Me by myself.
Yeah, you'll be right.
Who wants to talk to me? I'll keep going for as long as I can, but I don't talk much.
All right. Bye all. Fingers crossed I might have another snake release video.
I don't know if you've seen his channel. So
I'm on 99 subscribers too. One more would be nice.
Bomber Steve, go check him out. I'll try and put a link to his channel. He won't be much longer. I don't know what else to talk about, guys. So what else? Any nerd boy? He is a bit of a nerd. So he plays D&D, Dungeons and Dragons, and broadcasts that live every Tuesday. So hi, Crazed Family Homestead. Thanks for joining. Stephen's just left me. I just realised he's just left with my car and none of his gear, his snake gear. So he'll get there and he won't be able to catch anything. So let's see. The forwards maker. So Stephen currently works for a university. And he was a teacher for 28 years and he got out of teaching, wasn't enjoying it as much as he used to. He looks after the residents on campus, and what we're trying to do at the moment is get the farm to a point where when he decides to retire, because he's not young, when he decides that he wants to retire, he'll be able to do the gardens and the homestays and the farm tours and a little bit more back to teaching, but more cooking than actually teaching. He was a primary school teacher. So that's what we want to do. And we figure that could probably take another 4 years for us. Because there was nothing here. Obviously, there wasn't not even a house here because this is it. And you might wonder what these white bits are. These bricks are recycled, and they come from many, many, many different buildings that have been pulled down around our state. And the little white bits are obviously where, if I can point properly, are where they were taken from a house that was painted over. So I like the look. I've come to like the look because I like patterns and everything, and these don't form a pattern. So these bricks could come from 50 different places and could be anywhere from 50 years to 150 years, depending on where they've come from. So Hickory Croft farm. 4 years would be the dream. To get it done. But we both work full time. We have an 11-year-old and we're trying to run the farm, and my 11-year-old's over here. He's rather cute. He's gaming at the moment. But 4 years would be where we had pretty much the infrastructure all done, and we were, starting, because we have plans for a greenhouse and a rather large shed, because we have to store a lot of hay for the cows, and we have chickens at the moment. And one of our next projects is they've been in a temporary run for the last 3 years, and they want their new home. So we're going to be starting to shoot a video on that very, very soon on setting that up for them. We're also putting in a dam, so we'll be getting some footage of that. We're also building, what else are we building? I'm building the front door. I'm building all the barn doors as well, so we'll be doing some of those. Pre-retire, after you retire, it never gets finished. Yes, Joe, that is the aim. So Stephen is not near retiring age yet, so that's why we're trying to get everything done before he retires. Hopefully. Cool, Darren. I will hang on. I'll actually post this if anyone wants to jump in. Feel free. I think this is it. I welcome anyone, because I feel weird sitting here talking to myself. My child's looking at me like I'm strange. So if anyone wants to jump in, there's the link there. I'll let you in. Darren, I'd love it if you dropped in. Anyone else? Lala, Silhouette. Hi, guys. Sorry, I just saw you coming in. Boone, anyone? Jump on in. I'm just looking at some of the recycled Melbourne Reds. Yeah, so I'm just having a look at some of the old comments. So we've only had the Murray Greys for just on 3 years. We started with three cows, and they were all pregnant when we got them. We've had 3 seasons of we've had 3 seasons this so far, and each season we've had 3. And of those 9 that we've had 2 girls. So the rest have been steered. What the couple sold as entire males, but the first three were boys, and then 2 boys and a girl, and this year 2 boys and a girl. So that's not really building up our numbers at the moment, but yeah, they're beef cattle. So I'm just hi Jandera, thanks for coming in. It's me because Stephen's just gone off to a snake call. He's going to have that himself. I'm just going to try. It's hard being here by yourself and trying to put up links and everything. So excuse me for just 2 seconds. Sorry. I'm just putting up this link. Steve has 9 subscribers. 99, sorry. There's his link to his snake catching. He puts a lot of videos on there of releasing snakes. So if you're a bit squeamish, don't watch it because there are snakes on there. What else? Yeah, Hickory Farm, I don't know. It's just like, can we just have some girls? I just want girls. If we could, I mean, our beef prices in Australia are absolutely insane and really, really high. So that's fine if we have, I don't mind having a steer. Obviously with the young girl that we had last year, she'll be coming of age. So we'll be able to have 4. So thanks, Bomber Steve. See a beehive. Yeah, so I just, some girls would be nice. But we need meat as well, so 1 steer I'm happy with. So we do have to replace our bull because we've now got his offspring, so it's a little bit hard to have 2 bulls. We did that for about 2 months and it was absolute chaos. We don't have the room to separate the bulls at the moment, so yeah, if we can, we're going to get in another bull and get rid of our, he's called Resi. His official title, because he's a stud bull, is New Year's resolution, because he was born on New Year's. So yeah, let's, I don't know what temperature it is up there, Nettie, or Jandera, I don't know. Actually, there it is, 34 here at the moment. Yes, 33 here at the moment. And we're out at the farm with no air conditioning. I've got a fan sitting there, but it's a bit hot. So, yeah. 2 miles is always a challenge, especially when you have 2 mature bulls. They are 1,000 kilograms each, up to 1,000 kilos each, and there is no way we were getting in between them. We've got a tank out the back. It's a galvanized tin tank, and Resi, he headbutts that from one end of the property to the other, so he treats it as his basketball. So yeah, Jandera, we have considered doing AI. I don't feel my skills are up to it just yet, and the lady that we bought our cows off, we tend to get some assistance from her. If I could do it, if we were out at the farm and I could keep an eye on them and watch their cycles and everything like that, it would be a lot easier. But we're not here enough. We're here every every day, but only for about an hour to water them. I just don't see their heat cycles enough to know when they're ready. So when we're out here, it'll be a bit easier. So just having a look. Yeah, Hickory Farm. We had a situation where two of our boys just went at each other. So it was not fun. So I'm going to bring in the and
How are we doing?
we're doing good. I'm just going to
That's
turn
good.
my audio down just slightly. We're not getting feedback, are we?
No,
Oh, good.
I'm not hearing it.
No.
Figured I'd keep you company for a bit.
Thank you. I'm a little bit, out of my depth here. So, although I can talk underwater, apparently. So,
With a
I'm just
mouthful of
reading-
marbles.
yeah, with a mouthful of marbles. I'm just reading it. I'm just reading. Can't monitor them enough. We are hoping that we could possibly move in. Oh, it's hard because we're painting the house. We're probably the ones that are going to hold us up. So maybe 6 weeks it'll be ready to move in. Fingers crossed, 6 to 8 weeks. So which is pretty good, which is pretty on time considering we had lockdown, and this has been a project for 3 years. And then the moment we decide to build it, we have a pandemic. So which has been fantastic. So yeah, he's looking pretty fine, isn't he, Jandera? So what is he drinking? Hang on. I need a drink
Coffee.
too. Mm-hmm.
It's not blowing on the vodka.
Yeah, Nettie, we're really, really looking forward to it. The rental that we're in is it's teeny tiny. Like the house is midget size, and there's no pantry, there's no linen. I know I'm moaning and groaning about third world issues here.
First
But there's
world
no-
issues.
Yeah. There's no real yard, and our neighbours are like here. So you look out a window and you can see 50 houses. If I look out a window here, I can see one neighbour, and they're about probably 500 metres away. So I just over.
Everyone
suburbia.
who's saying I'm looking refreshed, I had 4 hours of sleep last night.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Okay, if you get more than that, I get tired. So, hey, Vune's saying something about coffee. I actually saw a meme the other day, and they said when you're in your Zoom meetings, just if you've got this is not wine.
Yeah, cup. Blow over the top of it. That way no one knows it's vodka.
Yeah, they think it's hot tea. Yep.
Yeah, mine actually is coffee. It's always coffee, pretty much like Amy said.
Mine's really hot. Diet Portello.
Ugh. Diet
know.
Portello. That's nasty.
I know, and it's hot. So it's disgusting. We actually, we didn't get to show it. We'll show it on Lala's. We've actually set up a little coffee station and a fridge and everything. And we brought out a fridge when there was no walls or anything for the builders, so they could put their drinks and everything, because it was getting pretty hot and dry out here. So yeah, so now we're going to fill it up. So I won't I'll enjoy that. Yeah.
Even better than coffee flavored whiskey, they make Kahlua. Coffee flavored rum. Which, if you put Kahlua in your coffee, you're only adding more coffee, so it's not drinking.
I like that because I like Kahlua. So
Kahlua in the coffee is great.
yeah. I'm just having a look. Must be the lighting. They're saying you're looking good.
So she's saying I normally look ugly.
Yeah. So I don't know how long you've been on, Darren, but I was just saying how much of a disappointment we are in Shed Wars. But,
I was on pretty much at the start, and no, you're not a disappointment. Well, the thing is, and you can't, if everyone jumped on and everyone's an expert gardener and everyone's doing a wonderful job, then what's the point of putting it up?
Yeah, you won't learn anything. So
No one's going to learn anything. If you don't have some failures in there, yeah, that's why I'm perfectly honest in my gardening videos. It's like I throw a heap of stuff out there. I've killed more plants than anyone.
yeah.
And people go, "Oh, your garden's looking so green and wonderful." Yeah, there's a bunch of plant corpses too.
I think from that last video too, it was a really good learning tool that just don't trust everything that you like. You go to we went to a really, really good. Sorry, it's getting very windy here at the moment. We went to a very, very good nursery, but they buy in their soil, and we just trusted that it was going to be okay. So I think that's kind of a learning experience and we're going to take that at the farm too. Don't always trust what you're buying is always going to be 100%. So, yeah.
And it doesn't matter where you buy or get it from. And you don't know, like Drops was saying before about, wood chips and cardboard. And eucalyptus wood chips, they don't break down easily unless you get the right fungal in them. Cardboard, you don't know when you go pick up cardboard what's been used to print on that cardboard.
Yeah. And that's the thing. A lot of the cardboard we're getting has no printing, but then you've got to take off all the plastic tape, and you have to take off the staples and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, you've got to be really, really careful. And yeah, I think I said that in the comments that the eucalyptus does take forever to break down, so it's not a great form of compost. It's a great mulch, and that's about it. So, but
and the one thing I am allergic to is the mold that breaks down eucalyptus.
Is that the white? Is it white?
Yeah, that white mold that breaks down eucalyptus. I'm allergic to that.
Yeah,
that's the one thing I'm allergic to.
Well, we've got a lot of cow poop. So we're while we're out here, we can. Oh my God, what's he doing? Yes.
Hello.
So,
hello, mate.
Yeah, so we've got a lot of cow poop, and we're going to have a lot of old straw and everything, and we're deep bedding. Oh my God, we're deep bedding his. That's all his equipment. We don't want to see that. Yeah, so we're deep bedding our chickens as well. So
now, if you get so worried about me talking to you, you ought to put a ring on.
I know.
No, I was really pleased to see you go in there, Darren. I hated leaving her on her own there.
It's all good, mate.
Yeah, just thought I'd show people what I take when I go out to have a look. There's my bag for.
He's yelling. He doesn't know he's yelling. So. Yeah.
So there's a set of tongs I have just in case they're in a nasty grabby bit, pinning stick, and then a couple of hooks as well. And of course, I always have a snake compression bandage just in case I make a mistake, which I never plan to do. So
no one plans to make a mistake, because otherwise it wouldn't be a mistake.
So just about to go catch up with the people and see if I can find this red belly.
I will tell him he's now hit 100 subscribers, so thank you for that last subscriber. So I'm very happy now. So Stephen's not allowed. Yeah, he's not allowed to.
Now the chickens can't call you out anymore.
No.
That's all right.
Stephen's not allowed to show catching. But he's allowed to show releasing, so he now has to leave.
I'll catch you all later.
All right, mate. Don't get bit.
Yeah, so the rules in Victoria are he's not allowed to show because they think it will encourage people to do it themselves. And I'm pretty sure that there's a heap of videos online anyway, so what difference does it make? So,
yeah, Victoria isn't really good at understanding modern technology.
No. So, but I mean, Darren, back on Shed Wars, we have managed to get beef into the freezer, which has been really, really good. So we got, I think 11. What is it? I'm going to Mr. Google Pants to find out how much in We've got 11 kilos into, what are we, pounds? Into pounds. Oh, Jesus. 1,130 kilograms, or nearly 2,500 pounds of beef.
Oof.
Yeah. So
that's you guys sorted for a year?
Yeah, we're done.
That's a ton of beef.
Yeah. Yep. That's from three. We're waiting for that was live weight though. So we're waiting for the carcass weight to come back. So yeah, that'll be us. we'll be fine.
Well, I'm from live weight. You're probably going to get about 30% to cut weight.
Yeah. Yep. So we'll wait for that to come back in. That's why we haven't done a weigh-in yet, because we're not quite sure what it is. So yeah, and then we've got we've got 2 more steers out there as well, but they're only 3 months old. So we've got to get them up to 13, 14 months old, and then I don't know what to do with them. So we'll get another freezer. Sorry.
You could get another freezer.
Yeah, well, we've got space now. So, oh, yeah. Yes, please, Jandera. Come on. Does anyone else, if anyone else wants to join Karen's beautiful face. Yeah, Jandera.
Yeah, hickory croft live weight is the weight on the hoof. Once you go to hanging weight, you'd probably drop about half, and then you drop again when you go to cut weight.
So we had one steer that was 771 pound. That was the smallest one at live weight. So yeah, whatever that comes down to. The biggest one was 550, I think. So he was pretty big. We kept him a little longer. But yeah. Then when the prices went nuts, we decided to get the meat, because we knew that if the meat prices we were going up, that the actual meat prices to buy meat at the supermarket was just going to go so crazy. But it doesn't seem to have happened. So.
It'll happen. The thing is, if sell weight's going up, yeah, buy price is going to go up a lot more.
Yeah,
so
well,
you're better off leaving it in the freezer for 12 months.
Yeah, so to send a cow to market in 12 months ago, you were getting live weight, so that's not butchered, $2.93 a kilo. It's now up to $5 a kilo. So you can't tell me that the meat prices are going to go up as well, because you can't sell and buy beef at that price and then not expect to have the flow-on effect. So, Jandera, if you want to hop in, the link's in the chat too. So,
but yeah, normally the price to sell live weight compared to the price to buy a polystyrene packet. There's
camera. Hello.
Oh, look at that. On the rose between two thorns.
Oh, I can ship
That's not where I'm putting it. Jahida, you can't figure out where your camera's pointing.
Yeah, Hickory Farm. I'm just reading one of the Murray Grey is a really good beef. They use a lot of Murray Grey bulls to breed over Angus as well, because it's really quite a tasty beef. But yeah, they do dress out pretty high.
Well, I'm after South Poles, which we can't get here.
Yeah, do you know what? I'd love a miniature Jersey, and I don't think you can buy them in Australia either. So I'd love a miniature Jersey just for some milk, but I don't want a full-on milking cow. I just want a little one, just a little.
Hey, Jess.
Hey, Jess.
Hey, Jess. I did mention you before. Thanks for dropping in. So yeah, because we're not getting sheep. Sheep are impossible we've had sheep before, and I just don't want them again. We had goats.
The trick with sheep is to get the mediocre ones.
Yeah.
The dumb ones will kill themselves, The smart ones will escape and get killed.
Mm-hmm.
The mediocre ones just stay there.
Our neighbour at the back of us had, he bought 32 Dorpers.
That's like saying he bought 32 goats.
Yeah, well, yes. So I saw a saying, and I've mentioned this before. How do you know if your fencing's any good for goats? Get a bucket of water and throw it on. If the water goes through, the goats will go through. So pretty much, yeah. He bought these 32. He's from the city. He bought 25 acres behind us. And I got a phone call from the council one day, and they said, "Oh, because you have to have a registered PIC number in Victoria or Australia, basically, to own animals, and we have one, and he didn't." And they rang me and they said, "Oh, your sheep have escaped," and I'm like, "I don't have sheep." And he said, "Well, they're at the back of Sweenies Creek, which is down the back, so he's behind us." And he was on holidays. And I don't know who was looking after his sheep. He'd had them about 2 weeks, and he got 3 back. So the other 29 went. So he now has cattle.
They're a lot easier on fences. Sheep and goats are really hard on fences.
It depends on the sheep.
Yeah,
Actually,
Dorpers are pretty much goats. They are a pain in the butt. And any sheep person will tell you Dorpers are just a pain in the butt. There's other hair sheep which are better than Dorpers.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you're after a decent sheep, a black Suffolk or something like that, it just means you've got to shear them.
Yeah, we a friend down the road here has got the Wilshire as well. Yeah, Wilshire. So he's got them, and his fences you're gonna love this. He's got 40 acres and chain lock fencing, like the ring lock fencing, 6 foot high the whole way around. And if you don't know what the chain lock fencing, the chain lock fencing is like, it's like school fencing, isn't it? Like I'm trying to think of what it would be like in America, but it's like you would put around a basketball court to keep the ball.
Cyclone fencing.
Goats would climb that. Goats would climb it. Yep. If they decided they wanted to get out, they would climb it.
Yep. Well, I'm hoping
it's not impossible to contain a goat. You've just got to make sure the goat's happy. If it's happy, then it'll stay.
So
if it's not happy,
the little guy beside me, Harrison, who's not looking at me because he's got headphones on and he's gaming, he wants Nigerian dwarfs. He's not looking at me, and I just that's fine, but like I don't earn that much money. They're so expensive.
Yeah, because they're a breed that's a name. Buy it for the name breed.
It's like our French bulldogs. People buy them because they're ooh.
It's a French bulldog.
I'm not Lady Gaga, though. I can't offer $500,000 to get mine back, but she got him back anyway. But, he just wants Nigerian dwarfs. I don't know. But this kid has more animals that I take care of than anything else. So he's got a lizard that I take care of. He's got chickens that I take care of. So I'm thinking that if he got a goat, I'd be taking care of it.
I mean, the Nigerian dwarfs would probably be easier because you wouldn't have to have the fences as high. Trick. Really respect electric fences.
Yeah, I was just looking at resonance. Goats don't climb, but foxes still do. Yeah. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Goats do climb. I've seen it. They will climb.
We had a fox recently dig under one of our shipping containers that we use as a chicken run. It dug because it was only that far off the ground. It actually dug across the width of the shipping container, 8 feet, and then had cattle panels dug into the ground another that far. So it dug 8 feet, and then when it got there, it dug another, couple of feet under the ground, and then dug up into our chicken run.
Yeah, foxes are shocking.
They are.
I've had so many problems with foxes. At Eagleby, because we had sugarcane fields close by, there was lots of foxes. And the council wouldn't clean up the scrub areas where the foxes were breeding. But yeah, anytime I didn't move my mobile coops for a couple of days, I'd be able to see where the foxes had tried to dig in. As long as I moved them regularly, they were fine.
Yep. Yeah.
Even with the electric fences, I had to make sure I kept them really taut. Otherwise, the fox would jump over.
Yeah.
Well, Dana's got her goats. Shush dust. Dana's got her goats in a cyclone fence pen at the moment because she's still got the really cold and wet weather. So they're in a pen underneath the barn and they go out to paddock during the day. They're in a 4-foot high chain link fence pen. Her goat, which is 3 months pregnant, got jealous of the other one leaving, so jumped the fence.
Yeah.
4-foot high fence. Straight over.
Yeah. Yes. Well, we've had these chickens in the same spot for 3 years. We've got 2 shipping containers side by side, and then the cyclone fencing at the front is nearly 2 meters tall, and at the back.
Bless you, Harrison.
I just said bless you. Yeah, he's got his headphones on, I can't hear. But yeah, so haven't lost a chicken in 3 years, and we had one we called Gimpy, and she had little deformed feet from when she was born. And it got in and it basically, bless you, it basically took her out because she couldn't run away from it. And so, but that was our fault because it had obviously been digging under there for a while because it didn't do it in one night. And we just didn't notice. So we just didn't notice that it was making its way through, and it finally got through. The chickens didn't help themselves either because they were digging as well. And she got taken out. So... But we got a new run.
I'll be losing one this afternoon if that rooster crows again.
oh, that's a guaranteed rooster's crow.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for it to crow again so I can identify which one's crowing, and I will be losing a chicken this afternoon.
The identifying can be the tricky part.
I'm just looking at the raccoons, and I saw who was it? White House on the Hill. One of their ducks got its beak ripped off by a possum. What are they called? Opossum, the ones with the big fangs, and
they call them a possum, but it's an opossum.
It's an opossum, yeah. But that was vile. So, but yeah, I've seen a few videos of raccoons causing havoc with chickens.
But they are actually a marsupial. They give birth to live young who go into a pouch.
Yeah, like a kangaroo. Yeah, we have a few kangaroos. If we stay here long enough, they should be hopping through. They've got a little path. If Sweenies Creek is down here, and that's like a big creek with gums in it, and then over to the front, there's a massive, great big state forest, and they come jumping through, and they just basically make this great big round circle around a couple of properties. So. They've absolutely destroyed our front fence, which was like 80 years old anyway, so it's got to be replaced. But yeah, the poor old wire fencing, she's shot now. So, and they keep on hitting our electric fence down the back, but because they're jumping, they don't get a shock. But they keep on wrapping it around the other fence, which then shorts everything out. And we're not here, so we don't know. And so,
Greg Judy system.
That's what we're doing. Yep. The only problem we have at the moment is we're not here every day. So we're separating we've got 15 acres down the back. We're separating it and we're running lines to run the fencing around, and we'll be shifting them every day. So once we're here, but it's impossible to do it if you're not here because we're just not here to do it. And like our pigs as well, that's going to be every 7 to 12 days depending on the size, but we can't rotationally graze because we're not here. So,
and he runs on rotational grazing on absentee properties.
I don't know how. It just
he doesn't have kangaroos.
The difference is he's got green grass where you've got dry stuff.
We don't. And like we have to, we're trying to minimize the size that they're in. Like I'd love to rotationally graze with and give them 2 acres per couple of days, but then we would only be getting 7 days out of a rotation. So it wouldn't work. So and our neighbour's property, he doesn't use all of his, so we're going to have a bit of a chat to him about maybe using some of his property as well, because if you want to see some really crappy soil, he's got nothing there at the moment, and we want to do a bit of a test on that soil to see how well we can get that back. I mean, we've got no interest in it whatsoever. So
Hey, Jess.
Hey.
hey,
Can you hear me?
yes. Thanks for joining in, Jess.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, Jess has got well-behaved goats. She's got nice goats and they're well-behaved.
They're not well behaved. They're not well
Oh,
behaved.
you haven't seen the really bad ones.
They're goats.
I think
We're
I'm
just
sitting
lucky
here.
with our fencing.
Yeah, I'm just jealous of your background there, Jess. So, your view sucks.
I know, this is-
just saying.
Yeah, this is going to be our outdoor porch. This used to be our kitchen. So this is the last of the renovations.
You've got that
Yeah.
wonderful recycled brick wall behind you.
I know, it's beautiful. And hang
Yeah.
on,
I've just got a stupid dog behind me.
above me is, oh God, how far can I tip this without losing it? I don't know, you might be upside down now. So, oh, there they are. So, yeah. That's
See,
nice.
all I've got in the background is one stupid dog.
I've got a light. I should have come on my phone, then I could have showed off the aquaponics.
Yeah.
Can you do it outside? Can you do it on your
Hey,
phone?
David.
You can.
So if you're linking in via StreamYard, you can. So it's
Yeah,
StreamYard
right.
seems to bypass a lot of the YouTube regulations.
Yeah.
Yeah, because StreamYard is a computer by YouTube definition.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Stephen was, Jess, you might have missed it before at the start of the video. Stephen went outside on his mobile phone and joined StreamYard via that.
Ah.
And he did a bit of a tour.
Did I miss
out
the
there.
tour?
He's only just hit 100. So do lives now through YouTube. But StreamYard he can link into.
It's 1,000 through YouTube, isn't it?
Not on your desktop. On a desktop, if you've got 100,
Yep.
then you can go live on your computer. You've got to have 1,000 before you can go live on your mobile phone.
I like
All that.
StreamYard though, so I like it a lot. But Jess, look, you did miss his tour, but we didn't do too much because we're going to be on Lala Farms on Wednesday night their time. I think it's 11 o'clock our time, 10 o'clock
10:30
Queensland
hours,
time,
yeah.
10:30. I don't know if you can hear that. That's a helicopter going over, which is unusual. Oh, it's an ambulance helicopter, so that's never good. So, so we're going to go on Lala. We didn't want to show too much, but we thought we'd better test this out because we're out here and I'm just hotspotting from my phone. So we just wanted to make sure it all worked before we embarrass ourselves. So, yeah.
Well, I'm about 80 subs from being able to go live on my phone.
That's exciting, Darren.
80.
Yeah. And
Getting close.
I said in chat before, Julianne, how everyone says, you're crazy going on YouTube. My kid said I was crazy 920 subs ago.
Well, my child.
They're less likely to say it now.
My child watches Mr. Beast, who's on like 54 million. So our 300 and whatever it is pretty pathetic, apparently. So, but Stephen did get him on video before, so he actually was on. But we're not impressive at all. He's just like, I'm like, we got to 200. Oh, we got to 100. We got to 200, and he's like, yeah, Mr. Beast is on 54 million. I'm like,
You know the reason why? He doesn't earn his own dollars.
No, he gives away a lot of money from like other people. So
Yeah. No, the reason why getting towards that 1,000's not exciting to your son is he doesn't earn his own dollars.
No.
Whereas my two have a job, so they realise that I'm getting closer to monetization, and they go, "That wasn't such a bad idea, Dad."
Mm.
I should ask him that. Hey, Harrison, you know when we hit 1,000 subs, we can monetize. What? You know when we hit 1,000 subs, you can monetize YouTube, right? Which means
Does he know what monetize means?
Oh, he knows what money is.
Oh, money is one thing, but monetize, that's a different word.
They all know what money is.
See, Harrison's greatest achievement is Stephen and I have a swear jar, and Harrison has actually put a value on certain swear words. Well,
that wouldn't work in our house. We could not do a swear jar.
I had to stop Harrison going in the car with Stephen because we were losing money hand over fist, road rage. But his dream was he managed to buy a laptop. He managed to buy a laptop, and I would just like to say that was not my participation. So Stephen, yeah, because the F word's worth $50. So.
Oh wow!
Don't say the F bomb.
Swear jar.
Harrison has never sworn in his life, and he's 11. So, and it's
Sure.
not.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm not buying it.
Yeah, I'm not buying it
Hey,
either.
I'm homeschool and my son still let out the occasional word.
No, I have an anti-swearer. My 11-year-old is very anti-swearing, which unfortunately Andy and I have potty mouths, so it doesn't go so well with her. But yeah,
Yeah,
Well, Matthew doesn't know that they're swear words. He occasionally lets them out and then gets blurted. He's 11 as well. We've got 3 people with 11-year-olds. There you go.
He's just not a fan, and he like catches us. And the other day, I don't know what I was thinking, and I was at a traffic light, and I had a DeLorean drive up behind me. Like we're in Bendigo. Like who owns a DeLorean? And if you don't know what a DeLorean is, it's the car.
Marty owns one.
Yes, and it pulled up behind me, and I've gone, well, me. And I'm like, and I've looked at Harrison and like going, because I don't really swear. Stephen does. But I've just looked at him and I've gone, that cost me $50. So haven't had to pay up yet. So shh, don't remind him. He can't hear a word I'm saying because he's got, I don't know if you can see me. It's
the headphones.
There he is there. Wave, Harrison. It's just real. He's not happy. No. Nettie said
so what's the plan with the wall behind you? Is that wall staying like what?
Yes, it's staying. So that's the TV there, and here is a big like a fireplace. So wood fire.
Nice.
Are you going to put a matte sealer over the wall?
Yeah, I am especially because the paint tends to flake off. So they have cleaned it. So I'm waiting for everything to be done and dusted because it's very dusty because they've just dusted all the plaster off. And to my absolute annoyance, they've put all their hands all over my exposed beams, which is disappointing. So yes, we'll be sealing that once we're done, just before the floor goes down. So yeah.
Hello.
I'm a bag of potty.
Hey.
So Darren, Nettie asked before, what's your hours like?
I answered.
Do we need
I'm
to go
still a
binge
long way
on your
off.
channel?
I still need about 1,700 hours.
So we need to
there
go
I
binge
am.
watch.
G'day, everyone.
Hello.
G'day, mate. Speaking of potty mouse,
What are you talking about?
you made the potty.
Sorry, the kid's there. Sorry.
Good point.
$50 if Juliet's on here. Sure.
Oh shit! Sorry, I felt like an arsehole.
So you're
All right,
pretty
you can
good.
go now.
Oh, Daisy Graves. Hi, I missed you. Sorry. Hickory Farm
missed
is out of here too, so I'm just trying to catch up. If anyone wants to join in, feel free to. I was here by myself before Jess. Stephen had to run off to a snake call, and he's just like said, "Oh, I'm out of here," and I'm like, "Okay."
I had my first summer snake yesterday. It's the first one I've seen all summer. We haven't seen any. And I was on the phone with my sister at the time, and it was coming. The dog was scaring it towards me, and it was coming towards me fast. And I did everything you're not meant to do. I was screaming. I was like running on the spot on the phone. But yeah, it kind of went under the shed.
I was about 8 kilometres away, and I went, "What's that squeaking noise?" You went up about 5 octaves. My ears were ringing.
Thank you.
Yes, Steve, you're lucky Stephen isn't here. He'd be just like,
I know. I thought about him afterwards. I was like,
But
me saying, "Oh, they don't worry me. I'm not bothered by snakes. You know, they're around. That's okay." But because it was coming straight for me, like a metre away from me, I just,
yeah,
came around the corner and it's coming towards me. It was completely unexpected.
It's easy to say that too. It's like easy to go, "Oh, don't do that," but in the moment, you just lose all sensibility and just, adrenaline as a wonderful thing. I'll dob him in because one day we were working out the back here and he was shifting sheets of tin and he's flicking it up and the last one he flicked up and he's like, "Oh," and he's just jumped back because he's realised there's a snake out there. So I'll dob him in. He didn't do what he was supposed to do. That was very early on in his career, so I must say.
Yes, Thomas in the chat.
There he is. I'm just dobbing you in.
You dolled him in as he came in.
But he didn't react. He's just like, "Oh," I dropped it. And I mean, then he goes, "Oh, okay, I've got to be calm." But the first reaction was just hilarious. I mean, it scared the shit out of him.
We're all going to swear now because we're thinking about it.
Okay, just remember there's a 4-year-old here.
I know.
I just remembered that. I'm so sorry. What's the 4-year-old's name?
This is Jonathan.
Jonathan,
You
I'm
say
so
your
sorry.
name.
I said about sorry. Oh.
The worst part is he doesn't realise it's a bad word, so it's likely to come out again. And then he'll get in trouble.
I used to, in my youth, I used to date this guy who had an elderly mother. He was adopted, and he and his brother were adopted while she was elderly and church going, never said a word. They named their cat the C word, and she didn't know what the C word was. And she lived in a little town, lots of people in the middle of town, and she went out the backyard one day and she'd lost the cat. She's yelling out, "Come here, you!" And she didn't realise what she was saying, so she's yelling at the back the C word at the top of her lungs to try and find her cat.
I know.
They didn't have the heart to tell her until she went to church the next Sunday, and someone said something to her. So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hi, Agent.
Just say
Can we get Agent in the house?
I can't see the chat because of the sun glare, but
you're
Hi,
cute.
I know a lot of shearers, tradies, that sort of thing, and the way they work around it is paddock words. It's a paddock word.
paddock words.
It's a paddock word. It's okay to say in the paddock, but not in the house.
We say adult words. It's an adult word, but yeah.
That one took the cake. I'm just like, oh,
that's not good.
That's just nasty. So
yeah.
poor love. So
Oh,
looking at my neighbours.
Daisy Grace Farm, good job with your potatoes. I was watching that video yesterday.
I
That
have a
was
lot of
a
watching.
great-
Plant potatoes, but watching everyone pull their potatoes out, I'm like, oh, I'd really like to get some in.
I'm hopeless with potatoes.
You know, you're okay where you are, because you know the trick with potatoes? Just plant them straight into cow manure. Cow manure or horse
Okay.
manure.
No,
It's the only like veg that you can just plant straight into non-broken down manure.
I might
I don't
have to
know
give that a shot.
But whenever I've done that with potatoes, an old man, like a local gate, told me that. I'm like, how do you get such good potatoes? And he said, straight into horse manure, cow manure if you can get it. And I did that 1 year, and they were awesome. And I haven't done them since. So
No, I've never done potatoes. So
Fox for Outdoors is doing them in a greenhouse.
the problem I
potatoes
have,
are easy.
I've had so many houses and never had a garden because I've always put in the garden as the last thing before I sell the house. So I've always had a few things in pots and everything like that, but nothing nothing I'd write home about. So yeah.
Bomber's bringing you some fruit.
I'm not on camera.
Oh, bag of fruit. Guess what type? Is it dragon
Quince.
fruit?
Nectarines.
I'm going Quince.
He's got us all guessing.
Nectarines. See? Oh my God. My friend's got a whole heap of pears as well. It'll be nectarines. When I was pregnant for 19 weeks, that's all I could eat. Nectarines. I had really, really sick. And then for years, I couldn't eat them.
I was oranges. I ate oranges all through the pregnancies, and now I can't stand them.
Yeah.
Yeah, pregnancy didn't affect my eating.
It didn't affect your eating, Darren? That's really
No,
good to
not
know.
at all.
I'm pleased to hear that.
Hey, Emma.
Who have we got in? I'm just having a
Quince,
Sonny's
look.
place. Which is Emma.
Hi, Sweenies place.
Hi, Jenny, please.
Oh, what am I doing here? I don't know what I'm doing.
Quince.
Prince.
So you're gonna make some quince paste, Bomber?
So is, yeah, or jelly, jam, whatever you want to call it.
It's so funny. I just went and picked a whole heap of quinces off the side of the road to make quince paste, and then I got given a whole heap of quince paste. And so now I'm like, do I really? Because quince paste takes so long to make, and I'm like, do I really need more of this? So I'm not sure what to do with it all now.
Quince is great for any other jam because it helps it to set up really well.
Yeah, the pectin in it.
Apple, really, really good because we use the Fowler's method and it's got a lot of acid in it, which is really, really good. So, yeah. But our quince tree shouldn't have fruited because it was only a small tree, but it's got these massive, 5 great big massive quinces on it, and one started to snap the other day, and it was it was just holding on, and so I've taped it together, and it's still going.
Nice.
Well, I made quince and feijoa jam last year.
Oh yeah. I'm just
Very
saying.
nice.
They're only little, aren't they? They're a little.
About the size of kiwi fruit for the bigger ones.
Oh, right. Okay. I don't think we can grow them in South Australia, maybe. It's not something you hear much of anyway.
You should be able to. It's also called the strawberry guava.
Mm.
Just want to say hello to Sonny's. So I think it's Sonny's place. That's how you say it.
It's Sunny's place.
Is it Sonny's place? That's what I'm.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love
That was her
channel.
grandfather's name.
Yeah, I absolutely love that channel, and I'm just having a look at it's up to 977 subscribers. So if you haven't checked it out, I love it. So I'm just like going.
I have chicken coop envy from her. My chicken coop dreams.
And
Yeah.
Emma's husband has just started a blacksmithing channel too.
Really?
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if you're not a subscriber, jump over to that one. I'm trying to post everyone else's as well that's in here. So
You want a hand?
yeah, that
Few moderators.
Yeah, who is I've made moderators, haven't I?
You don't
Yeah,
have
me.
any blue wrenches in here at the moment, I don't think.
Why, Darren, aren't you one?
Yeah, I am one.
Yeah. Let's throw some more in here. Sorry.
Oh, careful! Don't annoy people.
I know. I'm just doing what I'm seeing on the screen, so I'm sorry.
You know what happened last time?
Oh, I know.
What happened? What did I miss? I feel like I'm missing everyone's live at the moment. I can't stay awake to see Park Farm. I don't know, Tuesday nights. I don't know what goes on.
Yeah, it was on the Silhouette Park one.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, right.
So,
I heard from Nettie that she didn't have a great time. I saw that.
No,
Good.
someone. I was about to say someone got their knickers in a knot. I don't know if the Americans know. Someone got annoyed and took it out on everyone in the chat, and
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it was.
I think what happened was the previous week somebody actually put me into timeout, and they had a moderator wrench, and they got their moderator wrench taken off them because they put me into timeout for no reason. There may have been some other reasons there. He can correct that. But then he got his knickers in a twist and started getting really nasty. I think he was actually.
It wasn't just that.
it was a week before as well. So
Yeah, there was comments that he'd been putting up, and as mods, we can't change another mod's comment.
No.
So we asked them to remove it.
Yeah, we can't take away another mod's comment. So if they're putting an off-color comment,
don't not go live because of someone, Nettie. Don't let them. Says I get so upset. We got our first dislike the other day, and I'm like, but who is it and why? And Andy's like, why are you even caring about this?
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh. So, who am I to talk? But I hope you're not going not live because of it.
Got the Farrell moment.
don't worry about him, Nettie.
No, look, he was annoying because, as Darren said, we couldn't remove his comments and they were inappropriate. So we asked him to remove them himself, and then he called me a snitch. And I'm like,
there's a name.
Yeah. So I'm just like, well, yeah, I'm okay. And I thought, well, there's enough mods in here. I'll just leave because I was, a bit annoyed at that. And I thought, well, if you're going to make stupid comments like that. The next week, he went to town with all sorts of vile language. So we got reported quite a few times. But Nettie, he was just out for causing trouble at the start. And he's no reason whatsoever not to go live. That's why you have mods. Stephen is awesome on linking and everything like that. And Darren and I just sit back and go, you do all the work and we'll just ban people if they're naughty. So,
let Nerd Boy handle it with the spreadsheet.
Yep. You should see it. It's so bad. He's got 3 screens and he's got YouTube here, he's got live here, and then, there he goes. And then he's got this other screen with all his links and everything on it. So, So, I had a friend that made her first mod a troll and started deleting people. Oh, that's not good. So, But yeah, Nettie.
Oh, no. That's something I would do, Drops Family Garden. I would accidentally do that, make someone a troll and mod.
He was a piece of work, and he's not worth the time.
Oh, that was good timing. The chair scrape.
Oh, that's my chair. Sorry, and I've got the fan going.
I know it's looking very effective.
The whole wind through the hair thing.
I seriously need this cut. This is so long. It's just like, it's really quite annoying.
Don't do it. You'll regret it. for a
I
whole
don't know
year.
how you got it down so much with this heat. My hair being long, it just drives me nuts. So I put it up. It's Steve. He's back.
I'm back. Hey, all
Hello.
nerd boys.
Nerd boy.
Yeah, I heard that.
I might have told you in
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
on your reaction up the back here when you saw the snake.
10 sheets of iron. I stepped on them. I jumped on them. I moved them. I lifted the last one up. A 5-foot brown snake shot out and scared the bejeepers out of me.
Jess might have had a bit of a scare the other day, and
I had a bit of a girly moment yesterday.
He was telling her off at the same time as you told about his reaction. So, hey.
yeah, I know. So I see. I have no loyalty whatsoever. So
like that.
Well, maybe if he put a ring on it.
It was coming straight for me. It was kind of like, you're going to go under my legs and I'm home alone and I'm going to be stuck with this snake underneath me and not be able to move. It's just,
The trouble is that they have an escape route. You know, they see a spot, and if their safe zone is behind you, they're going to come straight at you, because particularly if you're standing still, they're going to come straight at you to get to where they want to go to get away. So, and people say, oh, they chased me, they came straight at me. No, they were coming straight at the place behind you.
The problem was I had Jet, the dog, behind it, chasing it. So Jet was chasing it towards me, but then it saw a hole in the shed and just kind of went into the shed.
And that's the other thing.
In the shed now.
We always say that dogs are going to do what dogs are going to do, which is, they love to attack, and snakes are going to do what they're going to do, which is they've got to fight for their life. So it's never a great ending story when dogs and snakes interact. And if it was being chased by a snake, you would have been the last thing it was worried about. It was worried about that thing behind you.
How much was that lady's bill the other day, her vet bill?
So I had to go out to Kangaroo Flat, pick up a dead eastern brown, about a 4-footer. The Staffordshire Terrier had smashed it. When they found the dog, it was in a bad way. It was losing, it was getting paralysed. It was vomiting. So it goes off to the vet. 2 doses of anti-venom and 2 nights in hospital, $4,000. Thank you very much. Because anti-venom basically starts at $1,500 a pop.
Yeah, right.
So it's not a cheap.
Yeah.
Which is why we are going to have some really good snake fencing here, because having 2 French bulldogs, and Frenchies are they like to chase little things.
And look, the property I just went to now, he had a red belly black snake in his property. It was at a place called Manjarang on the outskirts of Bendigo, and it was about an acre of his backyard. And I said to the guy, you're a bit unlucky here. He had a really beautiful pond with a big waterfall flowing down into it, and he had a cantilever deck out over it, and it was just gorgeous. But the red belly black is a wetland snake, so he's come into his pond looking for frogs, and his wife found it when she went to turn the pump on this morning and got a heck of a fright. But I did a tour around and inspected the rest of his yard, and for something that was about an acre in a rural setting, normally that's a nightmare. I said to this guy, mate, I'll give you 10 out of 10 for a yard that doesn't encourage snakes to come in here. His grass was well trimmed, his garden beds weren't overgrown. It was fantastic. And it also means that if you end up with a snake in your yard, it's got limited places to hide, which means relocators can turn up quickly and get hold of it. So it's all about habitat, water and food. If you can control all of that, then that's better.
Oh, sorry. I don't fall asleep often. He's very passionate. That's one thing that I like about him. He gets hold of something and he does it well. He's got a Facebook page which is all about snakes in Bendigo. And a lot of people have joined that lately, which has been really, really good. But if Stephen does something, he just does it 200%. He just he's like,
oh wow.
So
did you see that? Did you see that, Stephen, about Foxwood Outdoors? If you get bitten by a rattlesnake, $20,000 to $40,000 hospital bill for the anti-venom.
And in saying the American health system isn't fantastic to start off with. But,
no, it's free here, isn't it? Anti-venom in hospital is free, isn't it?
I think
it is.
It's an emergency visit.
It's an emergency.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
public
so-
health.
Get bitten by a snake here and you don't pay anything in public health.
Even if you're a snake owner and you stupidly get bitten by your own venomous pet snake, you'll still be treated. It's completely your fault, and there's no cost to us.
I was just reading.
Are there people with pet venomous snakes?
Oh yeah.
They're
I
crazy.
can understand a pet snake that's not venomous, but a venomous one?
Most snake owners, well, the majority of them would have venomous ones. So
Wow.
eastern browns, red bellies, taipans, death adders, collets, the whole lot. Yeah.
I'm giving Sunny hair envy at the moment. Oh, so
I know. You're giving me hair envy. Looks lovely.
Yeah, it reminds me I need a haircut.
Oh, my hair
You almost
grows.
said, Darren, you could. I think I'm going to call you Rosie now, though, because when I came in on your live, I've got Darren saying he's a rose. So I'm like, Rosie.
Just reading one of the comments, Drops Family Garden. We just bought an incubator and I've just done a review on it and we've got to put it all together and get it up.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, look, you can see.
Now I can
I've got to
read.
get it up online and everything like that. But it was just saying how the incubators have jumped in price. Stephen sold a kidney for that one. So, it's expensive, but I do some maths and Darren, you'll be very proud of me. I get my nerd on during that one. So I do some calculations on how expensive it is, but how in the long run it's actually not. So we'll have to get that video up.
Okay.
So, no, I'm good.
So the big difference between most people and Steve is they don't admit to their nerdiness.
Oh, no, he's all about
Steve's
it.
got it right up front and center.
He's proud. He should
He's
be.
proud.
Yeah.
Well,
Nerds rock.
Look,
Proud to be in
as you know, I'm very much a heavy metal fan. But one of the other performers that I really like is Pink, and I like her because her music's quite good. But I like her attitude because her attitude is, "This is me. This is what I do. If you like it, great. If you don't like it, rack off." And that very much comes into my way I look at it. This is who I am. This is what I am. If you like it, great. If you don't, that's your problem.
Yeah, but
So you're into angry chick breakup music is what you're telling me.
yes, but guess who else he likes? Really depressed boy breakup
Alanis
music.
Morissette?
No, boy or man. And it's the total opposite of rock. He likes Garth Brooks.
Yeah.
I love Garth Brooks. And Stephen never listened to him until he met me. You like Garth Brooks?
I do like Garth Brooks.
Yep. So
I listen to John Williamson as well.
Oof.
Oh, you can't
Lady
go
M.
wrong with John Williamson.
I can't stand John Williamson.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
oh,
I
Stephen,
don't listen to it all the time, but when
No.
you're in the mood, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think if
I'm-
you've had a couple of drinks, sitting around a bonfire, a little bit of John Williamson can come out.
do you know what I love though?
I'm a country music fan. That's what I listen to. But I cannot stand John Williamson.
Either can I. But do you know what I love? He's just been driving my car. Now, I will guarantee it. I will get in that car. The sound will be up to 200.
Not this time.
And it'll be on heavy rock. And I'll get in. And the problem with my car is it takes about 5 seconds for the audio, 5 to 10 seconds for the audio to kick in once you started the car. So I get in and I'm just like starting up my car and all of a sudden there's this heavy metal like death
Big-
thing at 200.
Big
So-
burst of battle beast. Turn it up to 11.
Definitely the music, Nettie. And Emma, yes, Chris Stapleton. Absolutely the best version of Tennessee whiskey.
Yeah, I'm also a big fan of Australian rock. Like I'm a Midnight Oil fan. Midnight Oil's been one of my bands from when I was a kid. Yeah.
No.
Versus Spy, Chisel, Barnsey. Yeah, just
Chisels, yes.
Yeah.
No, I grew up in a beachside community at Parkdale. So it was all surfers. So it was Midnight Oil, and it's like, you're kidding me. Cannot stand Midnight Oil.
Either can I.
Love every song they do.
But who do I absolutely love? Who's Australian?
G'day, Luke.
Oh, g'day, Luke. Feather and Down Homestead.
Hi, Luke.
What's his name?
Hi, Luke.
And Agent loves some Dr. Who.
Oh, Joe Camilleri.
No. I don't mind Joe Camilleri. No,
The
what's
Black
his name?
Sorrows.
Joe Camilleri and the Black Sorrows.
No.
Vic and
No, I just there's an Australian singer that I can't stand, and Stephen's like, I'm like, you know it.
Yep.
Every time you get in the car, you turn it on just to annoy me. So it's just like, But then again, I'm not a fan of Bruce Springsteen either. There's a couple of songs, but
The Boss.
yeah, see, some of them I like.
I like his earlier stuff than his later. When he was a
Now,
bit
see, he's
more-
not Australian.
Yeah, see, I like American country music.
Yeah,
I much prefer American country music to Australian because I think a lot of Australians want to be American.
yeah. Yes, Agent Skyhooks. I was actually listening to Skyhooks yesterday.
Sorry, he's going to talk. I'm going to try and find out who this person is I hate. So
Yeah, she might
Must know who I hate.
I can't remember him.
Oh dear.
He reminds me of the guy from REM. I hate REM too.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
He sang with Vicar and it's not Joe Camilleri. Vicar and Linda. Do you remember Vicar and Linda?
Yeah, that was Joe Camilleri and the Black Sorrows. Vicar and Linda Bull were the Black Sorrows.
They sang a song, not together. They weren't in a band together. So
What Australian musician would you recommend for an American with eclectic music taste? Okay.
Chisels. Everyday Chisels.
Yep. It depends on your taste as well. So if you're sort of into indie rock, I highly recommend Spy vs Spy. They're an older band but have some great stuff. If you like sort of poppy rock / country, John Farnham's a good one to hook into as well. If you want to check that, I find In Excess to be they were a bit commercial for me. I didn't really get. I don't know what you were like with that, Darren.
This is a conversation Andy needs to have. He's right into music. I'm like, whatever's Andy's listening to.
In Excess
I like
did go
Lana
very
Del
commercial.
Rey's and all of those. I like it nice and indie rock soft, just no stress. Greta Ray, all of those.
In Excess did go very commercial, but only the ones who made it big internationally too. That's why they went so commercial.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah.
And they'd done it for a reason, and they were successful at it.
Who was that? Sweenies. On my YouTube channel, Bomber Steve, I've actually got a playlist public there, and it's a collection of music that I like. It's all Australian music. It's not going to be everyone's cup of tea, but the ones that I like are my favourite songs are in there. So if you jump onto my channel and have a look at that playlist, it's got a good cross section of Australian music.
Emma, that is an eclectic mix. Metal, classic, rock, oldies, pop, K-pop, and country.
Yep.
So pretty much everything.
It's not Nick Cave. I'm still googling this singer. So I don't know.
Yeah, Luke, I'm not too worried about what John says or does, mate.
Yeah, his video this morning was a really confusing one. I got really puzzled. I had to rewatch Daisy Gray's video, and then I understood the whole thumbs up thing. I'm like, what? Oh, I think you're being a fantastic captain. Just saying.
Yeah, what was it? What was it on Daisy Gray's? I couldn't work out what violation. I was like, is this real or not real? I couldn't work out what the problem would be.
Oh, he was being silly.
Paul Kelly.
Paul Kelly.
I
No,
love
Paul Kelly and the Coloured Girls.
Can't hate him.
And that's what I said. He
The-
looks like a guy from REM. I'm just looking at him now. So sorry.
There you go. He was with Vicar and Linda at one stage. It was Paul Kelly and the Coloured Girls.
That's right.
Thank you. See, I'm not insane. So
And nowadays, if you named a band something like that, you would be shot.
yeah.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
I just look. There may be one or two songs, but I don't know.
I think he actually took that name from the Lou Reed song, where the coloured girls go in that song. I think
But it was with Vicar and Linda Bull.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, who are, for those who don't know, are ladies of colour. So
Yes.
yeah, not
Awesome
not,
singers too.
Oh yeah.
They are of
And-
Koori descent would be the proper terminology.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, no, I love Paul Kelly. Yeah.
And Agent, mate, I do love being Australian. Don't have a problem with it. I don't like Australian country that tries to be American country.
Yeah.
Australian
I don't
country
like
that is Australian
Australian
country.
that tries to be American. It's like, just be us.
And like Darren, you look at traditional Australian country, the King, Slim Dusty, and he had, but since in the last 10, 15, 20 years, it's more of that country rock / American feel to it. Yeah.
Yeah. Which they just don't do as well as the Americans do.
Yeah, for sure.
You look at your Luke Bryans and your Brantley Gilberts and that sort of thing, and the Australian ones just don't compare to it.
No, I agree.
I'm just going to put the link up if anyone wants to jump in. Anyone else wants to jump in, feel free to.
Yeah, I'm going to head off, guys.
I've got a bit of a thing.
Andy's left my baby buck out and he's stopped on his. I can hear the tractor's not going out there, and I'm worried a fox is going to get him. So I'm going to go and try and catch him. He doesn't love me, so it means me chasing him. He's yet to love me.
Great to see you as always, Jess.
Yeah. So thanks for jumping in, and if you get a chance to. If you're around at 10:30 on Thursday, we will run through a bit of a tour. And if we don't get time to do it, we'll probably do another live next week because I think we have to start painting. So we'll probably do a little bit of a live, and Stephen will be talking and I'll be in the background painting, but we'll give you a bit more of a tour. So, if we don't get it fully done on Rick's channel. So, yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, we're
See you
getting...
later, everyone.
Bye, Jess.
Hi, Jess.
Jess.
Yes.
He is so cute. Oh, God.
He knows it too.
There you go.
That's better. Sorry.
Expert status.
I'm all over this. You'd think I'd know a bit about IT, being in IT for 13 years, but I'm not the nerd. So, yeah.
It changes constantly. It's not a stationary discipline. It's constantly changing, and every program is different.
Yeah, look, I do a little bit of IT stuff at my job now. Like I really love programming, so I've written a few programs and that. But I had a few things that went against me when I first went into IT, and this was, I'm talking early 2000s. One was I had boobs. Two.
That doesn't help. No, seriously, that doesn't help in the IT industry. I know, I do too.
And two, I had a personality. And three, I used to shower more than once a month. So, sorry to those IT geeks out there, but
if there's any IT professionals,
I'm really, really sorry. But it was not good. It was hard back then getting into being a female, and I didn't enjoy it whatsoever. So I did it for 13 years, and I was just like, no, I'm done. So thanks very much.
Started trying to get back into it when you haven't been in it.
Oh, it's impossible. So it's just, it changes. IT can change in a split second.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
if you've
my degrees are pretty much useless.
Yeah.
I can't get a job in the IT industry. Got enough experience. That's why I started my own web development business.
It's very much a meat grinder business.
Well, it is. And if you're not a 25-year-old male, going to find it hard. But there are niches. But I still prefer goats.
Sunny is a web designer and totally understand.
Yeah.
I love programming because, you know, that generally doesn't change as much as IT does. But I like maths, so I consider programming a little bit more like maths and analytical and that sort of stuff. But just working out why computer, I just felt like an IT crowd. Have you tried turning it off and on? It's just, yeah. And I'm sorry, but it works 90% of the time. So
Well, it does.
It's funny because it's true.
And then what's his face? No, computer says no. I'm just like, that's all it felt like. Turn it off and on. If it doesn't work, just give me a call back. Oh yeah, it's all right now. Or you would walk up to it and someone would say, oh, it's doing this, this, and this, and I'd touch it and it would work. And they're like, but it was, and I'm like, oh, whatever.
That happens. That happens to me all the time.
Yep.
It does. It does. That does happen. It's with everything.
And people used to say, why does that happen? I'm like, computers are scared of me. They see me coming, they work. So
that's a good explanation. I like that one.
Speaking of cooking, I made homemade custard tarts with egg custard yesterday.
I saw a post of that. Was it on Facebook I saw? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, looked all right.
You got a video coming?
Yes, of course I've got a video coming. I'm not going all that effort not videoing it.
Did you
Excellent.
taste it?
I look forward to it.
What was that, mate?
Did your taste tester appreciate it? It was in the background.
He got some crust that dropped off the edge. That's all he got. He ain't getting anything.
Yeah. You like custard tarts, don't you? Yeah. Oh. I thought you did.
you're just like eating snot.
No, not those bakery things with that yellow faux thing that's supposed to be custard.
Yes.
This is a proper egg custard.
Yeah.
And it's where you've got to scald the milk, temper the eggs, the whole thing.
Mm.
Yeah.
And I love that. It's technical cooking. It's not fun to tape it because it's a lot of processes in it. But it's technical cooking. And when it comes out perfect, when you make that custard and there's not one lump in that custard, you know, you haven't cooked the egg at all. Yeah, it's like, woohoo.
Yep.
It's like when you paint a miniature.
Oh, no matter what you do in life, you know, the moment you execute something that you've learnt about and practiced, and the moment you execute it perfectly, it's a buzz, it's a thrill.
Yeah, especially when you're on film and you're thinking, I'm going to have to pass it through a sieve on film. And it's like, no, it came out perfectly. Awesome.
And like, you know, one of the stories I was telling the other day, and it was a throwback to the first snake that I caught after I'd done my training. You know, I'm driving out there going, oh, can I actually do this? You know, like I've done the training and I know all the theory, and I will never get the same level of buzz and excitement when I got that first snake in my hand and in the bag. You know, it was perfectly executed, and you know,
the first one that tags you.
No, they're never going to get tagged.
Yeah, there's a reason you carry that snakebite kit in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the first time you get tagged, you're gonna have that level of adrenaline excitement.
Yeah. The other story will fade into insignificance, I think. Yeah. So, yeah. Look, I know a few relocators that have made a mistake and got bitten, and the majority of them first aid themselves and get off to hospital, and it's all good. There's only one that I know of that had to give it away, but he actually made a really silly mistake and got tagged in the armpit area, which was bad news. So
Oh yeah, that's way too close to lymph glands.
Yeah, and he was basically within a couple of minutes was starting to feel the effects and couldn't compression bandage, and he was over an hour outside of Ararat.
Oof.
And he, and it was a big tiger snake that he picked up, and but he admitted, he did the wrong thing. He made a mistake. He got lackadaisical, and he was more worried about catching the snake, more worried about it getting away. So he actually rang his wife and his kids and basically to say goodbye because he didn't think he was going to make it, but he did. But he's not relocating anymore.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with like relocating snakes, you're dealing with an animal.
Yeah.
You know how the animal should behave.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Doesn't mean it's going to.
I'm just having a play here. Oh.
What are you playing with?
She's trying to share a screen with some photos on it.
I don't know if it's.
Having a play while your hands are invisible and Steve's sitting next to you.
There you go.
So I don't know if you can see that.
We can see that.
That one of Eddie's cakes?
No, that's mine. That's what I used to do.
This is what Julianne used to do.
Yeah. So.
That's cool.
Oh, hang on. These you can't see. Like these are some of my cakes that I used to do way back when. So.
My kids got excited when I got a Lamington and one of those cream things, the strawberry on top.
So yeah, this is me.
Totally not that creative.
Me in a past life. So and that's why we're looking forward to getting the kitchen all set up and everything, so I can just start doing a little bit more baking and go back to this sort of thing. So yeah, I'm just going to stop sharing the screen. I don't know how to do that. Stop sharing. There you go.
You and Eddie can do a cake collaboration.
We'll have a cake off. So I'm just trying to find a wedding cake. Oh,
Would you believe I've actually been taught to decorate cakes?
really? Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me.
True.
I
100%.
don't be surprised about anything you're capable of doing. You seem to be a jack of just about all trades.
I didn't
I'm
give it
master
up.
of a couple though.
I didn't give it up because I didn't like doing it. I had to because I couldn't walk or feel my legs or yeah.
Do a few in there.
So yeah, I basically
Yes, Voon, the cakes that she used to make were just absolutely incredible, and the effort and the amount of work that went into them was beyond belief. I never did get my German tank cake though. Like I've been just one
A
of the
leopard or a panzer, mate?
I would have loved a panther from World War II. In 3-color.
A panzer.
Panzer, you said
Well, a panzer or a panzer too.
No, a panther. So Panzer 5. Yeah, after the tiger.
Okay.
Awesome tank. Nice, and it had nice angles on it. It would have been a nice, easy cake to make, but anyway.
You didn't pay me.
Bibby, I can turn my hand at a lot of things, but I can't do them expertly. I could do a wedding cake, a straight-sided wedding cake or something like that, but I can't do what Julianne and Nettie does. No way.
I honestly never made a cake in my life, and then never decorated a cake. I was always a baker, but never decorated cakes. And I just decided to do one for a friend. And 3,500 cakes later,
Money talks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, straight-sided fondant, I can do that sort of stuff. I can do some frosting, but yeah, as to the artistry that goes into the way you guys do it, no.
I'm just trying to find one. I remember the biggest cake that I ever did was a 7-tier cake. It was 7 cakes hot. Yeah, so and had to deliver that an hour and a half away, and when I got there, it was like really, really dark, and I had to walk up about 3 flights of steps, and just that was probably one of the most nerve-wracking things, because the wedding was the next morning, and I just had no fallback.
What about the hustling?
Brayden still said they can do awesome toast. I'm pretty good at toast too.
David can make an awesome cabinet too.
He can.
Yes, he's a cabinet maker.
I delivered a cake once, and it was how big was it?
Oh,
Can't weld, Luke.
it was house slab size, I'm sure.
It was enough to feed 500 people, and that was huge.
It took 2 of us to carry it in on a board, and it was massive. We went to the defence factory here in Bendigo. We had to sign in and get security check and everything to get through to deliver it.
Mm-hmm.
But I only came in to sort of help finish off on a few cakes, and Darren can probably guess what I did to the cakes to finish them off. My wargaming skills came to the fore.
You were painting decorations, mate?
Yeah, I was airbrushing them.
And what was it was quite ironic, because this was about 6 years ago. One of the first cakes he ever spray painted was a snake.
I did jungle carpet python markings on it. It was a sign of things to come.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And I'm just...
Luke, when it comes to welding, mate, I can make metal stick together for a while. Let's put it that way.
Actually, it's funny, because a lot of when we watch Forged in Fire, a lot of them can't weld either. So, you're not on your own.
I remember watching one episode, and they had to do a Damascus billet, and the guy walked over and he picked up the welding rod and he said, I've never used one of these before. I'm thinking, if you were going on to Forged in Fire, you might have had a bit of a go before you got on there.
Yeah, I can make metal stick together for a little while. That's my welding ability. Yeah. It won't stick together pretty, and it won't stick together long.
Yep. Julianne's dad is he's a head mechanic at Ford for 26 years, and his welding is just amazing. Mm-hmm. He can weld 2 pieces of metal and just hit it with the angle grinder a little bit, and you'd swear it was 1 piece of metal from the beginning.
Yeah. Wow. He's the sort of guy that annoys you, because he is good at pretty much everything he does. Like, he's just really annoying.
It just takes him a week to do it.
A week.
At best.
You can't rush these things.
No.
Well, I have a knife that I'm working on that's an artist piece. And I've been working on it for... No, it's not yours. It's a wide CX. It's a wide-bladed CX.
Yep.
And it's going to have a piece of mammoth tooth in the middle of the handle, curly maple handle and everything like that. And I've been working on this one for 12 months.
Yep.
It's like I want everything perfect. I'm running through what I'm going to do with every step in my head before I do it. I'll spend more time looking at it than working on it.
Yep.
Bibi, your agent is great at harvesting pumpkins with the angle grinder. That was a unique way to harvest a pumpkin.
Yeah, I've got to watch that video. I haven't had a chance to get to it yet, so I'm just so far
Yeah,
behind.
Emma, I actually do need to take a class. It's one of those things that I don't think I'm going to get by myself. Most things I teach myself, but I don't think welding something I'm going to get by myself.
Is there any online course that you can go through, or YouTube tutorials, or is it something you need someone there?
Part of my issue is my my welder is one that I bought at an auction that had the tip busted off, and I rednecked the tip to fix it.
Yep.
So it's the world's cheapest welder with a redneck repair.
Yep. Yeah, well, that's not going to help.
No. But yeah, I need to go learn with someone who knows what they're doing and can say, you're doing this wrong.
Yeah.
Once I know that, because sometimes you just need someone to go, this is what you're doing wrong. And you go,
Yeah. You learn a lot more from your mistakes than anything. So
Very true.
The problem is when you don't know what your mistake is.
Yes.
and you just keep repeating it. So.
Yeah. And you go, I know I'm doing something wrong, but I don't know what I'm doing wrong to make it bad.
Yeah. Yep. Don't mind me. I'm just browsing while we're talking. So.
You're shopping?
Yes. Well, I'm taking a trip down memory lane, actually. So just
You're off on the cake business trip.
I am. Well, see, my Facebook page is still up and going, but it's not live to the public. So I'm looking at, I did that. Oh, I did that. Oh, I remember that one. So I was really bad though. People would come up to me in the street. Oh, you did my cake for me, and I'm like, oh, okay. And I wouldn't remember their name or who they were, but I could remember exactly what I did for them for their cake. What cake did you get? I got this. Oh, yeah, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, I'm hopeless with names. We've got this deal, Stephen and I, that if I see someone and they start talking to me and they and I don't introduce him, it means I've forgotten their name and I can't remember.
And he's supposed to say, "G'day, mate. I'm Steve."
That's right.
That's right. And then you just stand there, and I'm like, "Say something, Steve."
Which I do most of the time, and unless I'm in one of those moods where I want to laugh.
Because it frustrates me not knowing, and he just stands there just to get under my skin, and I'm just like, say something. So, yeah.
See,
Hey, John,
I'm a carpenter by trade, so I get away with, "G'day, mate. How you doing? It's been a long time."
Yeah. Yeah, no, then I walk away and I'm like, why didn't you say something? So, yeah. I know.
Back when I was married, I'd stop and have a conversation with someone and never once say their name and then walk away, and my ex would go, "So who was that?" I don't know.
Yeah, I must admit I have done that. I've actually gotten really good at being able to address people without their names and compliment them at the same time.
He worked for me at some stage.
I'm hopeless. I don't know what I'm doing most of the time. So, yeah. You can keep going. I'm just looking.
Yeah. Yes, it's a steady stream of cakes on the other screen.
I should make this live one day, and you guys can just have a look at it, and then take it back down again. So it's just crazy. So
What part of Scotland are you from, John? We can see the Scottish flag on you.
Which is part of our flag,
It is.
the Scottish Cross.
Yeah. Part of the Union Jack.
Mm-hmm.
yes, it drops. I'm the same. I'm bad with names. I'll remember, I'll remember faces, but I'm terrible with names. Shocking.
West Coast.
Huh?
Hello.
Irish Coast.
Fox, he heard cakes, now he wants one. Good to see you, mate.
I would never, ever eat one of my cakes. Never. Because it used to depress me. I used to deliver a cake and run. I never wanted to see one of my cakes being chopped into and eaten. So, because I know how much.
Hey.
Masterpiece.
Mm-hmm.
Try making knives, and people send you the picture of when they cut themselves.
Well, at least spending hours, days on end doing something and then having something that will last is a thing. Cakes? Nope.
No.
I had a client make me cut the cake for it, and I'm like, I was crying the whole way through thinking, oh, Jesus, this took me 5 days to make. So yeah.
And it was probably developed in half an hour.
And it was Eeyore too, from.
Oh,
Oh,
and
that's
I'm like,
depressing.
I was
Bada boom.
hacking into Eeyore. So how dare I? I'm trying to find it. It's one of my favorite cakes. But yeah, I had to hack into Eeyore. Like, who does that? Barbarian? No. Yeah.
Oh, it's putting him out of his misery.
Yeah. No. That was pretty sad, wasn't it? I'm just scrolling. So is there any other questions? What are we doing for autumn planting, Darren?
I'm about to start throwing some stuff in the ground, actually.
What are you going to throw in?
Well, I've got some beans in. Going to start doing some peas, watermelon radish, which I got the idea off Art of Creation, who's a tiny little channel that I watch. Because that's a cookable radish. I was like, I'll give that a go. I've got some peas. Put some more beets in. Just sort of anytime planting stuff. And the cabbage family.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for the cabbage moth to go away.
yeah, I'm looking forward to being able to plant some kale.
Yeah, so I'm
But
going to try this year. So, yeah.
I might have to go down the haberdashery and get some tulle.
The haberdashery. What is
Yes.
this again? What? I don't know where he's going. See, we're in that crossover period of moving out very soon and not wanting to. Well, we can't plant anything in the ground anyway. Before we move, I see. I'm a bit of a stuck. There was nothing there when we started, when we had the property, like the rental. So do we remove the soil or just leave it there? So, quince. Oh God, they stink. Yeah. So that's my thing. Do we remove the soil or just leave it there for the next person who's never going to grow a veggie patch anyway? So, don't know. But yeah, and then do we set one up out here, but we've got no water, and yeah, we're a bit stuck.
I'd have a chat with the agent, see what they say.
Yeah, because it's about, we brought in about that much topsoil throughout one bed. The other one we didn't do. We had that in pots, but yeah, so I'm not sure. And there was no plants there anyway to start off with, but yeah, don't know. Oh, I was baking yesterday. Hang on. I made chocolate muffins. So
I mentioned that earlier. Who was that? Was it
Vern and someone were talking about cooking.
And I said I was doing chocolate muffins.
place had
That's
chocolate
it.
cake earlier?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Fox.
And poor Fox at our door is really not going to cope now. He's going to really want cake.
Yeah, chocolate mud cake muffins. Just eat on while you're on the live. That's okay. I mean, you're not like Jess who eats chicken skins. So, yeah.
I'll be back.
Oh, and there goes the dog. Who do we still have in here? So,
Heather and Lucky Luke was asking, what do you do with your quinces?
well, Stephen tried one year to make jelly jam
And ended up with concrete.
and ended up with concrete. So he did something completely wrong. So he's not quite sure. I actually love stewed quince. So I'm going to try and do some stewed quince. And you're going to try some...
I'm going to try jelly again. I know what I did wrong with the jelly. When I was doing my test to see as I was heating it up and putting it on a plate to do the test to see if it actually was going to set, what I thought was, I know it needs a bit more. It actually didn't need more, and I actually overheated it and overreacted.
Were you chilling the plate?
The plate was, that I can't remember. Maybe not. I don't know.
You know the stuff they use on Fortune Fire, the test dummies, the human like flesh stuff, Darren, that they make.
Yeah.
Thought it was
like ballistics gel.
Ballistics gel. That's it. Yeah.
I couldn't get a spoon into it. It just set. Yeah, it set very hard. So, but the pectin was just over the top. Oh wow!
There we go.
Yeah, very nice.
Yep, that way.
I'm now hungry because he's opened this. I don't normally eat this stuff, but is it good?
Well, Sonny's place has just asked, what is a quince?
A quince is a member of the Japonica family from memory.
Drops just did that. He just put it in. That's genus.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a fruit. You couldn't, like, that's a weird looking one. You couldn't.
Yeah, they're ugly.
You couldn't peel that and eat it because they're very tart, right, Darren?
Very tart and also very hard.
You have to stew them, and I think my pa used to basically just peel it up and stew it and then put a little bit of sugar on it and eat it. So, but it's great in other jams, as we said before, adding it to like apple. If you want stewed apple, it gives it a nice setting. But Darren, you probably know a bit more about it. But don't eat them because
it's a very old world or old English fruit. Dates back to old recipes back in the home country. My granddad's, one of his favourite desserts was quince pudding, or quanga pudding as he used to call it. So it was basically a steamed pudding with bits of stewed quince inside it, which was,
And when they're really ripe, they have a really pungent smell, and it's either something that you really, really like or you really, really hate. But I love the smell of old quinces. But
the quince jelly is made by basically extracting the juice out of it through a muslin bag and collecting all the juice and then processing that into a jelly.
Wouldn't be sure, Drops. We don't have root cellars, so it's not really something that enters into the equation for us.
I don't.
Very rarely.
I would say not, because once you don't.
Well, you can.
Yeah.
You can store keeping apples in a root cellar.
Yeah, but quince go really ripe really quickly. I don't know. It'd be an interesting test. We'll test one. We'll put it in a cool, dry place and see how long it actually lasts. But I'm not really sure.
Having said that, Darren, last weekend I went down to Castlemaine chasing a snake. It was in someone's back bathroom, and sort of checked the back veranda area, and there was this little door on the side. I said, "What's the door to?" And the old guy said, "Oh, that's the cellar." So I said, "Oh, well, I better have a look in there and make sure the snake didn't go down there," which was code for, "I'm really curious. I want to have a look in the cellar." I opened up the door, and like I'm 6'2", and it was only about a 4-foot door, so I had to crouch down and got inside, and it was actually in and underneath his lounge room area. And it was a real old-fashioned cellar underneath the house. It was awesome. It was so cool. Yeah, it was amazing. But he'd lived in that house for 60 years. He's
It's amazing that we don't do it, but because we're so tight in urban spaces, why don't we?
Yeah, I think it's because we weren't traditionally in tight spaces, but we're getting to that stage. I mean, I'm just amazed at how many American houses have basements. Like I don't know anyone in Australia that has a basement. So like an underground basement.
Very rare.
I totally want to set one up so that we've got somewhere to put food storage and preserving stuff.
Yeah.
Because it gets so hot here, and if you've got it in the ground, you've got that ground temperature.
56 degrees Fahrenheit.
Whereas, the temperature here can vary from freeze to 40 degrees in the one day.
Yeah, so Dana's house is actually underground. She's got a semi-underground house.
Nice.
Yeah.
But by the sounds of things, the waterproofing was done very poorly.
I don't have too many phobias, but being underground is probably one of my biggest. So, yeah,
And I'm okay underground, but don't get me up in the air.
yeah.
Either, fine.
So, Foxit Outdoors, they don't have a basement because of the water table here. So we wouldn't have I don't know.
Some areas that would be a problem, but not here.
No.
Beachside.
No. Yeah. Yeah.
I know
The only
Eagleby, our groundwater was within a metre of the ground. So, but out here I think we're about 40 metres above sea level here now.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about
it's
the water table.
I mean, it's a good idea. It's just not a common thing. We actually bought on our channel. We've got an earlier video where we bought a shed, American barn style shed, and we took that down, and inside that it's got a cool room. So we're going to reset that back up again. But the guy used to do his own sausages and everything. A lot of and the walls he'd lined with plaster, so we had to take the plaster down because it was.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
Yeah, it wasn't cool room panels. The door was a cool room panel, but he plastered and basically insulated it.
With just standard bats, and there was plenty of access for rats and mice, and
when pulling it down,
it was pretty gross,
pretty disgusting. But the smell in the plaster, it was wine, and he was Italian, wasn't he? Yes, very Italian. We got some limoncello from his wife, who was still alive, but he's unfortunately gone. But the smell in that was just if you liked your salami and wine, you were good. So
Vern's basement's like a scary movie.
Yeah. Yeah, see, I remember when we went to China on a tour of a sister city for Bendigo, and I remember we were going into this one spot, and we were going places that most people weren't allowed to go, but we were going into this one section, and I felt like we were going down, like we entered in on the floor level, but I felt like when we were walking down, we were going underground, and I'm like, I said to Stephen, I think we're going underground, and apparently it was an inverted pyramid we were going into. The only problem I had was we had about 100 people behind us, so I couldn't get back. So I would have had to have been a sheepdog and climbed over everyone to get back. So people were just pushing us forward. So I just started to panic and had a little bit of but we had to basically walk all the way to the bottom of this pyramid, didn't we?
Yep.
But then I got Stephen back because we had to climb a mountain after that. So that was.
we got to, it was basically a large, huge rock, and it had caves on the side, and there was sacred caves with Buddha statues in there, and so we got an opportunity to go in there. It was quite a privilege, but the only problem was the staircases were basically iron staircases bolted onto the side of this rock, and it just went straight up on the side, and you walked on grating that you could see through. And
I was fine.
Within about 3 minutes of starting it, I got up there and my knees are starting to knock together, and I'm finding it hard to breathe. And so we finally get up at the top, and I'm just freaking out, and the doorway was there, and we go into the cave where all the Buddhas were. And as soon as I stepped inside, I went, oh, I feel better. And Julianne took one step in and went, nope. went straight back outside again.
So I basically climbed this mountain to get to the top of it and not be able to go inside of it. So because I didn't realize it was inside a cave. So so I'm hiking up, and he's like petrified. He gets in there and he's like, "Woo!" And I'm like, "Nope." and stood outside against the wall. So yeah, we make a great pair. So,
Yeah, never had any fears like that. Yeah, I understand they're intimidating for those who've got them, but
do you know what, Darren? I never had a fear. I didn't have a phobia. I didn't have a fear until one thing happened in my life. And it's sitting over there. So not there. Until I had my child or thought of starting a family, I didn't care about anything. But it's a fear of not being around for my child that's probably my biggest thing. So things that I never used to think of, I now just second guess. So yeah.
Yeah, baby.
I was a carpenter. I used to walk on wall plates for a living. Yeah, and that was the days before hand railings and that sort of thing. Yeah, I'd be walking on top of a 2-story catching trusses.
Yeah.
I've fallen off the roof 7, 8 times. I've never hit the ground. I had some really fast reflexes.
Oh, Bibby's just asked, so Bomber, you're not going to go jump off out of a plane with Agent? I can say I'm definitely jumping out of a plane.
I was just going to say, Viv, not you and Nelly. No, just no. It ain't happening.
No,
Can I keep Agent out of the plane?
If it's a perfectly good plane, I'm not going to jump out of it. And if it's not a perfectly good plane, I'm not getting in it.
Why would you jump out of a perfectly good plane? Like you're up in the air, you're safe, and you jump out of it. Like seriously.
For fun.
Totally with you.
Yep. Now, if that's fun for other people, go for it.
No.
No.
I'm good. I'm good.
I'll video it from the ground.
Just trying to read some. So we basically started this live to test out a few bits and pieces, and we're coming up on almost 3 hours. So, God, you talk.
He was gone for half.
Oh, it must be me then. Yeah. I'm so shy. Yeah. I'm really, really shy. So I don't know if there's any more questions.
You two make a wonderful couple, so Bomber should put a ring on it.
The interesting look on Julianne's face then.
I think we had some technical difficulties then.
Yeah, it seemed to have lost sound from your end.
Did Darren say something?
We just must have lost sound for a few minutes.
It's all good. You can catch it in the replay.
I saw his lips moving, but I couldn't hear anything.
Yeah, I think you're tuning that one out, mate.
What's that say? Why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free? And I'm the cow. So, anywho.
Why buy a book when you can go to the library?
Oh, there's a really good reason for buying a book. You can dog-ear the pages, you can highlight it, you can make notes in it. Lots of things you can do with the book if you own it. And no one can ask you to take it back.
Funny page for the ring.
Love it, baby.
I think that's
we should all make it a thing where we put a ring on it every time we comment on your page.
I do.
I have noticed that. Looks like Brett started it now too.
If it ever happens, we'll go live.
Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely.
Thanks, Fox. Yeah.
Thanks. This has been a really good test we've done one live before, but that was at the rental with NBN and broadband really quickly. But this one seems to have worked over the...
Yeah, the phone Wi-Fi out here seems to work really well. So
it's done really well.
Yeah.
Everything I've seen, it's had good service.
Yeah, it's amazing. We did a speed test between here and the rental, and our 4G was heaps quicker than back at the rental. I'm like, well, that's insane. We can't see the tower from here, but it's over that direction somewhere. So, yeah, so it's done pretty good. And considering I'm hotspotting and Harrison is online gaming on Minecraft on my hotspot as well. So,
Oh wow, it is doing well.
Yeah. Put a ring on her. It worked out. We'll see. Stephen's been married before, and so have I. So been there, done that. Bought the ring. This time he hasn't. So it's only been 18 years. Can't rush him.
Can't rush these things.
Nah.
Yeah. What you're trying to work out? You're trying to work out if it's going to work or what?
Yeah, we thought we'd give it a test run first.
Yeah.
I think if we make it to 20, we should be all right. So yeah.
Yeah, it might last long term then.
Yeah, I don't know. I might trade him in for
Trade him in for a cool model.
one that's not broken.
One that's not a nerd.
You wait, mate. I'm going to, when we get set up here, I'm going to do a live and I'm going to break out my entire miniature collection and put it all on display and just reveal the utter depth of my nerdville.
Yeah, someone tried to pin me as a nerd the other day and said, when have I admitted it?
Yeah, that was me.
Yes, well, we're coming up on 3 hours. That's a long time to talk.
Yep.
Apparently not for me.
You've got a shoulder of pork to get on in the pressure cooker too.
Yes, we're doing a review. We bought a pressure cooker, so it got lost in the mail.
Oh no!
Australia Post lost a parcel. I mean, who would have thought? Like, who would believe that?
Yeah. Yeah, it was gone, and we basically had to make a claim to find it and everything. And I'm like, are you sure it's not at the local post office? Well, no, because they haven't scanned it in. It's not at the local post office. And I asked our postie, is it at the post office? Oh, there's no chance that it's at the post office. So I decided, well, I'm not having any luck from Australia Post or who we purchased it off. I'm going down to the post office to ask them if they can help me. And it had been sitting there for 3 weeks.
Oh, goodness.
And they hadn't scanned it into the system. So basically, no one knew where it was. And I've walked in. I said, "Oh, I'm after a package." And I gave them my last name. They go, "Oh, yeah, it's been here for 3 weeks." I'm like, "Okay." So, we're going to do a review on that. We've only done one meal in it, so we'll do a bit of a review and see what it's like. So, but what are we doing? Pulled pork.
Pulled pork, Mexican style.
Oh, sounds interesting.
John Hanson.
Speaking of food, though,
sherbet or
at
skyhooks?
lunchtime, I'm going to go.
Sherbet.
Nah, skyhooks.
Sherbet.
But Darren's right.
LRB.
Yep.
Yes.
You got to head out.
Given the choice of those two, I'd go to LRB.
Yep.
It's the same era. Same.
Did you just say if you had a choice between sherbet and who was it?
Skyhooks.
Skyhooks, you go Ella. Same.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's the same. It's the same genre, but LRB is just way better.
All right. Well, we might pull a pin on it. And
Thank you all so much.
everyone's got to go get some food ready.
So what are we doing? Carnitas or pulled pork? I don't know what carnitas is. I've got to see that first before we go anywhere. What's carnitas?
Well, if you go watch Sonny's videos.
Oh, yeah, that's what we're making. Yeah.
Yes. That's exactly it.
We can say we're making that now.
Yeah.
We're making.
I'm going to go check out Sunny's videos.
Yeah, I hope I'm actually saying it right. Carnitas.
I have done Texas style pork before, which was nice.
Sonny, tell me if I'm saying it wrong because I don't want to totally embarrass myself. So.
Yes, let's not get on to pronunciations and accents.
I speak properly.
Yeah. Google pronounce.
I'm going to go, so I'm going to see you guys later. Have a great one.
Thanks for coming, Gerwin.
Thank you for joining me.
Bless you.
And I'll get going too, guys, and leave you to shut it off.
So are we.
We'll sign off here. Thanks for coming, Darren.
Yeah, if you want to,
No worries. Always happy to stand in when you step out, mate.
That's good.
for everything.
Well, no.
Good to hear. Thanks. Just wanted to clarify that. So, oh, he's blushing.
No, I am already claimed, as we all know.
Thank you so much
But
for jumping in.
he needs to put a ring on it.
Yes, Mum.
On that note,
See you, mate.
So thank you, Sunny, for saying I'm saying that right, because I don't like to say things incorrectly, especially when it's it's that. So thanks guys for joining in. As I said, if you want to see the full tour of the property, we'll be on the Lala Farms with Rick on 7 p.m. on Wednesday Eastern time.
Yep.
I think is for them. That is not Australian time, so it's around 11 daylight savings time in Australia on Thursday, 11 a.m. So we'll give a bit of a tour.
Yeah,
So,
I think the lives go Sweet Pea Farm, then there's Old Reading, and then the Lala is after them. Is sort of the way it goes.
Yep. So that's the way it works. So I really, really want to what happened to Darren? I embarrassed him. So thank you all. We've got a little bit of work to do around the property and to get ready for the next tour. So really, really thank you guys for watching and joining in. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to. We'd really love that. So thank you all for joining us, and we will let you know when we're doing another live, and we'll give you a bit more of an update of the farm as we get closer and closer to moving in. So thank you everyone for joining in.
Thanks for the extra subs on Bomber Steve as well. I'm up over 100 now, so that's awesome as well. So thank you all, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Love you all.